Welcome to episode 2 of season 2, a very special episode. If you haven't heard, we've been doing an amazing charity event all week, or all 2 weeks. And you guys have really come through. Thank you for all of the donations that you guys have sent. We hit a lot of our incentives. First of all, I'm sure the first one you'll notice is our poorly drawn character art. We all drew these ourselves, so if you have anyone to blame Testy for his, okay? And yeah, so we're gonna play D&D. We're gonna be chaotic as hell, and our poor DM has worked so hard to make these incentives come to life for you. So thank you for your donations, and please just send Tyler a heart later in the D&D Discord, because man, does he deserve it after all this. I think that's all.
Charity.
It's for charity.
I only timed this once, so we might have a bit of a bumpy landing, but it's okay. We'll land on this plane alive. Yeah, there we go. Last time on Harbinger, our heroes had a beach day. Mikhail had a mountain of paperwork regarding the refugees, and told the party to come back in about a week when it was done. Outside of the barracks, the party encountered some familiar faces. The Unpleasants offered a job to our heroes, helped them clear a dungeon, and split the loot. They all decided to take the boat that was formerly owned by the slavers. Diedrich turned the symbol on the side into a frowny face with antennae. During their journey, our heroes leveled up. Juniper gained the ability to transform into sea creatures. Raven flirtily honed her archery skills. Diedrich learned how to lift, and Hardtack got some of his youth back. At the dungeon, the party used light refraction to open the front door. Venturing inside, our heroes came across 6 chambers, all leading to another sealed door. The combined efforts of the party and the Unpleasants opened it, at the cost of some blood. In the final chamber, they found a massive coffin that was locked. 2 constructs emerged and began attacking our heroes. Using some quick thinking with bracers and fields of magic, the party defeated the constructs and split the loot with the Unpleasants. But what awaits our heroes? What will they find out in Sunhome? Find out right now on Harbinger.
Woo!
Perfect
No,
as
alright.
always.
Amazing.
Did it so good.
10 out of 10.
Tyler, you're so freaking talented.
Nice. Woo! Woo! Alright.
Okay.
So, we will begin the same way we always do. With fun facts.
Oh my god. With all this charity stuff, I haven't even... Okay. I'm thinking.
That's fine. You have some time.
Okay.
You have some time. We'll start with Hardtack. Hardtack, do you have a fun fact about yourself for us?
Aye. So Hardtack being a somebody who very much likes finding creative ways to make money, had a very creative way that unfortunately didn't make a lot of money. It was called Touch a Pirate's Booty. It was just a bit of a along the road, just a little stall where he just shook his butt and people would pay 5 silver coins to touch the booty. But unfortunately, he was beat out by a rival female pirate who started something called a kissing booth, and that took all the attention.
Oh my god. Tyler, have you ever had a campaign this horny?
Not even remotely close. Like,
That
not
feels
even
surprising to
remotely
me.
close.
I don't even feel like this feels very on brand for. It's fine.
We touch butts here.
Yep.
Yeah, we touch butts here.
We
All
drink
right,
piss and touch
the
butts.
Ew.
Sorry. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
Diedrich, do you have a fun fact about yourself? for
Yeah, I
us?
think Diedrich is addicted to whatever the equivalent of an energy drink is in this universe. So, like, Diedrich is a monster kid, you know?
Okay.
So, like, I guess we can like make up like a fantasy name for like...
Yeah, well, so coffee exists in this world, but its name is hot morning juice, and so Diedrich is...
Okay,
an
that's
addict
perfect.
of
Yeah, I
hot
want to
morning
say
juice.
Diedrich is an addict of hot morning juice.
Okay.
I love that I'm actively drinking hot morning juice, so great.
Nice.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Messy, it is
cool.
7:40. Why are you drinking coffee? Okay, you know what? I can't talk. I have a Red
To
Bull.
get more coffee, honestly.
It's 6:50 here.
Okay.
So I get
Can we
it.
take
It's
a
not
really
summer
quick coffee
in
break?
the
I'm just
Midwest.
kidding.
I can't talk.
morning
Start out?
break.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hot morning juice break.
Raven, do you have a fun fact about yourself for us?
I do, but now I feel weird about coming out after Hardtack's whole booty thing.
Yeehaw! More booty, please.
All the booty.
It's the booty episode. Sorry.
Dang,
Mr. Pirate and his
mine
booty.
is lacking in the booty.
You set it up. I'm sorry.
Unlike
I didn't
me as a
expect
human.
it. It's fine.
Raven, you know how little girls like imaginary things. They like to play like Barbies or maybe not in this world, but like there's an imagination thing going on. That looked a little different for Raven because she's in the woods. You don't really have, Barbies. Anyway, so I, was thinking about it, and Raven, as a wee little lass, had like imaginary friends, and she called her cave Raven's Haven, and it was where all of her little friends would come and play together.
Oh, that's fucking
So good.
cute.
Her imaginary
That
friends.
is amazing.
Cute and sad.
I told you it feels weird coming after the butt, but like, that's what I got for
Hey,
you. I don't know.
Hardtack didn't make any money. Nobody wanted to touch the booty, so that's pretty sad.
I know someone who wants to touch the booty, and right now they are currently a statue. So
That is true.
Oh God.
You hate to see it.
So, all right, good fun fact. Last but not least, Juniper, do you have a fun fact about yourself for us?
it better be about booty, I swear to God.
Better not be about booty.
So, no, not about myself, but I have a fun fact, and my brain, I'm high levels of anxiety this weekend, so I simply couldn't fit any fun facts in my brain besides this fun fact that I learned about the world, so I'm gonna tell you anyways, and you can't fight me on it because I'm gonna do it anyways. Ready?
I think so.
Okay, great. Soap operas are called soap operas because they used to be funded by soap companies as secret. It's like one of the first examples of secret marketing. Anyways, that's canon in this world now, I guess. Sorry, get wrecked. That's my fun fact.
Okay.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Wow. That makes sense. That's one of those things where you're like, yeah, okay, I can see that. Soap companies, soap operas. Because why else would they be called soap? Because they don't clean you.
No,
They're not made of
certainly
animal
not.
fat.
They're
quote,
definitely not
clean.
clean.
But
Yeah,
it's really
so-
sneaky because they would just be filled with like soap propaganda. Like, oh, all these housewives doing all their chores with soap from
That's
insert
wild.
soap company here.
That's
Wow.
wild.
Anyways, you're welcome. So sorry.
All right, well,
That makes me so mad.
Sorry you didn't learn anything about me, but it feels in character that both me and Jay are the type to find a random fact and then tell everyone about it, even if it is completely useless. So anyways, there it is.
yeah. Awesome.
Hell yeah.
All right, nice. Okay, cool.
Tyler, I'm so
Nice.
sorry.
Sorry, Tyler. I'm not that sorry, actually.
You're not. It's okay though. So here's what we're gonna do. So we're opening up as you all are approaching the dock. You've gotten a good night's long rest,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you can click that long rest button, recharge all your shit.
Voice.
Love the long rest button.
We open up as the boat is approaching the dock. Our camera swoops in from high above, seeing all of Sunhome. We rapidly zoom in on the boat, and we zoom in on Raven rubbing her wolf's belly. And
As one should.
As one should, because he's a good boy.
He's a very
So-
good boy.
Yeah. You get off the boat. You part ways with the Unpleasants. Harkin and Lysander and Mel. They begin to just walk off onto their next adventure.
I was gonna say, do they live in the city? Do we know where they live now? Have they told us? Could we
They
go
have-
visit them?
They have not. They don't have a permanent residence.
Okay.
It seems like they go from place to place. Right now, they are in their northern part of their travels, and then they might go a little farther up north and then travel south again. But it's
Okay.
wherever the wind takes them.
Okay.
You're off the boat. You've docked. The dockhand actually, it's 1 gold per week to dock your boat.
Oh, okay.
So if one of you wants to subtract a gold, or if there's like a community fund or something like that, or if hardtack, I guess it's your boat.
I think hardtack's rolling with the money at this point, so he's gonna.
Hardtack,
he's
don't
gonna
you still
toss
have
a coin.
a communal fund?
I've got, well, kind of. Hardtack has
I don't carry my money.
right.
Oh,
So
that's
Hardtack
right.
has
Okay, Juniper's money. Okay.
Yeah.
I still have a
yeah.
wooden
I have a
horse.
question.
So.
Yes.
Juniper refuses to learn money.
Did we put in money from our last adventure? Because I didn't put any money into my thing.
I don't.
From our
From
So
when we bought
you all
swords.
No, from like this.
From
from
loot.
like
dungeon.
the last episode.
Oh,
We got
yeah, I
paid
didn't put-
with
yeah,
our
what did we
flirty
get?
companions. We got a lot
So-
of gold.
You all got the equivalent of roughly 500 gold pieces. So
Does someone want to carry that for me?
in total, so you
Oh, in
divide
total,
that
in
however you
total.
want. Yeah,
Okay.
not each. So you divide that how you want. You also got. Actually, I'm just gonna put it in the chat.
Okay.
What you all got,
Okay.
because it's not all in just gold. So here it is in chat. Boom.
What are crystallized clouds?
Sounds pretty fun to me.
A strange winged creature encased in amber. I take that. The unicorn horn. I also take that. No. Okay, wait.
Wait.
Well,
Slow
how
down
about
a
we
minute.
stop
Hang
by
on a
our favorite trader?
Can I have the unicorn horn?
Do you need that unicorn horn?
Can I turn it into a sword?
No, wait
Or
a
a knife,
second.
please?
I would like the unicorn horn.
Okay,
And
all
the
right.
clouds.
Wait, I want the
And-
cloud. Can I have the clouds?
Well,
I think there
we
might
get
be a
anything?
list,
I don't
but
think we're gonna hold on to them for very long.
I want the strange winged
maybe-
creature in amber. Please.
Well,
You can have
I'd say
everything
we should
else.
we should get it all appraised before we start.
Are we
I
gonna
think
go
I might
talk
know someone
to-
who's? I don't need them for myself. I think we might know someone who's interested in some of these objects.
All right, let's
You
go.
can carry them.
Can we go to free market and talk to our favorite guy that I forgot his name?
I
Sorry.
forgot his name also.
You take
But I have it
notes,
written down.
Juniper.
It's bestie, please. It's because I take notes because my head is empty.
We
have
hard
4
cut-
brain cells between the 4 of us.
That's
We hard
generous.
cut to free market, where our 4 heroes are standing in front of Keen-Eyed Tom's
Keen-eyed Tom. That's the
stealth
one.
shop storefront, and it's the first thing in the morning. So there's a big sheet in front, and he just the sheet rolls up with this, and he puts his hands out on the desk, and he leans forward, and he takes in a breath to cry out his wares, and he leans right into the 4 of you, and he's like, "Oh, hey there!"
I'd like to think Juniper's standing there with the list.
Yeah, she's just like, "Oh, okay. Good morning. What? I see you. You have a
We
list.
found some
I have
things.
your list
Wow, you found some things.
from your
Oh.
list.
Oh, well, that's great. That's great. I can do things with that list. What have you got me? What'd you bring me?
Keen-eyed Tom.
Man was too stunned to speak.
Take it
Yeah.
away. Take it away. I didn't carry anything. Everyone else was really excited about
What was
carrying
on the
all this
list?
stuff, but I had your list. Okay. Juniper's like, I like to imagine it's not the best handwriting, so Juniper's like, I believe we've got a cloud for you. Something about clouds. That was on your
Crystallized
list.
clouds. Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
Do we
I
have
do
that?
need that to make things.
Tyler,
We
it
do
says
have that.
crystallized clouds. Is there like
You're gonna
how many
bargain
we
for
have?
how much is-
Yeah, how many
No,
do we
it's
have?
So I'll tell you what it looks like.
Okay.
So it's basically there is a large crystal with what looks like little white poof balls
Okay.
in stasis in the crystal.
Okay.
So
okay,
it's
all right. I guess we give it to Juniper to give to Keen-Eyed Tom, because y'all have this little agreement, this little scavenger hunt.
Yep.
Okay, Juniper takes it and hands it over with a big smile.
he says, wonderful. This is great. I can make some great things out of this. Now, from what I understand, one of your friends wanted some special kind of arrows. So here's the deal. I can make a few things with this. I can make roughly 2 kinds of infused items with these crystallized clouds. I can make something that deals damage, or something that's better for utility. What that is, what branches of that tree we go down, that's up to you. So before I implement this, what kind of thing would you like?
I don't need anything. Who wanted stuff?
Raven does. Raven does.
I just like lists.
Diedrich wants to take the cloud and lick it. What does it taste like?
Salt.
Okay, then he puts it down and walks away.
Right.
I like to imagine it as like I use like that natural crystal deodorant, and I'm like fully imagining it as that.
That's what it tastes like.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Sorry.
I know it's
By
Raven's arrows.
utility,
Yes.
What do you mean?
Well, so crystallized clouds, they have a certain buoyancy effect, a certain lightness that you can add. I can infuse these into special boots that might be able to give a little spring in your step, if you know what I'm saying.
Diedrich immediately comes back to the table.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, Diedrich is like turns on a dime and goes, boots, you say.
Juniper's just reading along the rest of the list.
So wait, you said like makes you like really sneaky, like it makes you quiet, or is it like makes me fly?
No. Makes you jump. I can essentially take these crystallized clouds, infuse them, break them down into their components, add a few magical whatchamacallits, and infuse them into a pair of boots.
I want those boots.
Whatchamacallit? Is that, should I add that to the list? What's up?
No. No, I've got plenty of those here in Sunhome. Don't worry about it.
I
But
want
like
those
your
boots
moxie.
so fucking bad, y'all.
Should we add that to the list? Sorry, Juniper's not laughing.
Can you make arrows with the crystals?
Indeed, I can infuse arrows into these. It'll make it so these arrows will take on a lighter quality, which means they'll be able to be fired in more rapid succession. We call them V arrows. Means you can shoot 2 of them at the same time.
That's pretty cool. I also want bouncy boots, but I feel like Raven wants the arrows. I feel like that's the way we're leading. All right. Raven, you take this.
I think I would like the arrows, please.
Can you do both? Do you have the moon boots too?
I could. So here's what I could do. So one order of crystallized clouds. I could make 10 arrows, or I could make 1 pair of boots.
Damn. All right.
What I could do is I could make 5 V arrows, which, if I'm being honest, an odd number of V arrows kind of eliminates the point of having an extra V arrow.
Does that mean you'll only make 1 boot?
Well, no. I could make a set of and make 1 boot.
Moon sandals.
Yes, I could make moon Birkenstocks, where
Birkenstocks are canon now.
Birkenstocks are canon now.
No. I don't want Birkenstocks. No, Bestie. I want Crocs. I want moon Crocs.
You get it.
Please.
Bestie, you get it.
Please, Raven, I'm begging you for fucking moon Crocs.
It's fine. You can have the moon crocs.
Artak steps in.
I'll hold out for whatever I want.
He's talking
later.
to Diedrich. Boy, you have your bone sword. What has Raven gotten before?
Diedrich
I don't know if
takes...
she's gotten anything.
Hey, I have a boulder sword, okay?
It's true.
Okay.
I can stand up for myself.
Diedrich takes Hartek's head in his hands and goes, think of the cloak. Think of the boots and the cloak. Think of it. I'd be Batman. I'd be fucking unstoppable.
I think Raven sees just how excited Diedrich is for this, and also I don't think that Raven cares as much about it. So just
I feel
it's
bad.
fine. We can do the boots. The boots.
Can we make 5 though, and just give me Crocs?
No. It doesn't.
But I
make-
think
there's no
Crocs
reason to do
would
that.
be really cool, just as a fashion choice.
It would.
Well,
And
it
the
depends
wombo
on-
combo of the
Yeah.
boots as well as the cape, Raven sees it and, acknowledges that it would be a really cool move.
I
and
swear to
we
God,
could use the
Every
win,
role-playing
so
thing
it's
I
fine.
do, I end up as Batman somehow, and like it just keeps happening. Okay,
I wonder how.
yeah.
happening
Yeah,
as
I
is,
mean,
like,
it just keeps happening. You just pushed your teammates aside to take their items and be like, I don't know what's happening.
I did. I feel so bad. Diedrich is the worst. Okay,
No, it's fine because Raven has money now. So
that's true.
Raven has money now.
Also, Keen-Eyed Tom, he says, well, it looks to me like you've got a pretty full pack right there. Do you have any of the other items that I had requested?
Oh, there was one that I most certainly recognized. We definitely had a unicorn horn. Diedrich, could you get that?
Did I have the
Did you get-
unicorn?
did you-
I
is it in
Diedrich
our-
is checking his pocket. Do I have the unicorn?
Hardtack just like slams the bag of stuff that he's holding onto the table with a big huge
Okay.
thud.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
And it
just,
just
we're not
pulls
hiding
open the
anything
unicorn.
from Keen-Eyed.
Keen-Eyed Tom is
the
our friend.
contents
Keen-Eyed Tom already
spill
knows,
out
yeah.
onto the
Yep.
counter, and you
Yep.
see Big-Eyed Tom.
Big-Eyed
Keen-Eyed
Tom.
Tom.
Keen-Eyed
Tom.
Tom. Keen-Eyed got real big there.
Yeah.
Pretty
Why do
sure
you think
it's-
his eyes are so
it's
keen? I'll tell you
huge.
how they're
They're
big.
huge.
Yeah.
All
They're
the better
about
to see
6
you.
times
It's
the size
fine.
of normal human eyes.
Who
Yeah,
is it?
so
What's
he,
her name?
who?
With the bangs, and
What?
she's got big eyes. Damn it.
Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah, Zoe Deschanel.
Oh,
She's got Zoe Deschanel eyes.
so in a perfect world, Keen-Eyed Tom is going to be played by Zoe Deschanel in like the movie version of this.
Yeah.
So
Forget it.
Keen-Eyed Tom, his eyes widen as he sees all of the gems and gold, and there are little jars of spices, and he uncorks one. He's just like, this here is cinnamon, and he
Oh, I was
Close
meaning
it
to
up.
ask you. I did notice in your list you did mention jars of various spices, and I wasn't clear what that was. So if you wanted to give more information, we could look for specifics. Is various a type of spice from here that I am not familiar with? Does that word mean something different here?
So of the
I have another
various
list?
spices, one of them is cinnamon. There is another one that, if you are just uncorking it, there's garlic powder. There is dandelion root powdered. There is cumin.
Is garlic
Thyme.
powder like
Is there
a
a
good
different way to
spice?
pronounce that one? I haven't heard it that way.
Yep.
It's for charity.
So
It's for charity.
yeah. So he says, I can, if you're willing to trade in some of these items, I could infuse them into many different useful things. Potions of healing, for example. I can use cinnamon to make a pretty nice healing potion.
Oh, I like that. Yes.
Wonderful. And so he takes the little vial of cinnamon and he gives it a shake just to make sure that it's not clumped up or anything, and he puts it underneath his desk.
Is garlic
the
powder
unicorn
like a really good spice for witchy stuff that I didn't know about, or is he just cooking a
For
steak?
flirty stuff, actually.
Flirty
He
stuff.
says, no, actually, well, it helps against vampires. So
Oh, right.
and he takes the garlic powder and he just says,
Wait,
this will be...
is this Tyler creating a spicy scene?
Heyo.
Got
Here's
him.
our spice.
Got him. Brr, brr, brr.
All right.
Ah, you got me.
I'm so sorry, Tyler.
Oh,
So
God.
he takes the unicorn horn and he says, I can grind this up into powder, infuse it, and once more I will ask you, along this logic tree, do you want something of a weapon? Do you want something of more utilitarian value? Or do you
Raven-
want perhaps something of defense?
Raven needs arrows. Can you do anything with the unicorn powder in arrows?
Indeed, I can. Unicorn powder is very useful in banishing things.
Vanishing?
So he opens a big tome that he has, and he starts flipping through it, and he turns the book around, and you see that there is a banishment spell. And he says, if you banish something, you can send it, if it's not from here, you send it back to where it came from, back to its home plane. So if it's a demon or anything like that, goes straight back to its home. If it's from here, you send it to a little pocket dimension where it waits until the spell is done.
I'm scared that Raven's gonna shoot me with a freaking unicorn horn arrow.
What
Put me in a
happens if you
pocket
do that
dimension.
by accident? Yeah. Just wondering.
Yeah, I mean, the spell doesn't last forever.
Oh. Okay, there's a time
A
component.
literal
I missed the time.
timeout.
I
Oh
understand.
no. I feel like this is gonna get
That
used
sounds
against me.
fantastic.
I could do that. If you wanted something more of defensive or something of the utility, I can do all of these things.
I don't know. What are you guys thinking? I mean, I have moon crocs, so I'm chilling.
What do we have any defensive stuff
Not really. We literally almost died last
at
time.
all? Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe that's like an area that we should explore, because I don't think we've thought about it. Like, everything that we've done so far has been pretty reactionary. Like, other than, like, I'm trying to think of anything that we have that's defensive at all.
Yeah, I think defensive is probably the way to go.
Yeah, can we hear more
Sure,
about
yeah.
that, please?
All right.
Mr. Sir?
Mr. Keen-Eyed Tom is my name.
Yes.
So
I wasn't sure which part to do
Big Eye
after the Mr. Tom, Mr. Keen-Eyed, the whole thing. Anyways, I'm not sure.
that's fine.
There's a lot
So-
more names than I've heard one person go by. But anyways, keep it coming, buddy Tom.
Tom is his
All
last
right.
name. Keen-Eyed is his first name. So Juniper,
My
it's
first
like
name is Keen.
it's Keen. Right.
So what I
Please.
can do is I can grind up this unicorn horn. I can instill it into some armor, or some item of clothing, depending on the item of clothing, of course. And I can imbue it with the shield spell, which essentially says if you were to be hit by something, you can react by increasing how difficult it is to hit you.
Could we get matching items? Is that possible? Is there enough? Because one, I think for the practicality of it, but also two, I think that could look pretty sick.
Oh yeah, we need like a badge. Can we make it into like a badge that says?
Bangle?
Oh my god, yes, but it has engraved like Smasher. What was it? Oh my god, Smasher.
Badger.
Did you guys-
Badger.
How many
Simply
items
here
can
for
you
the
make out of
aesthetic.
one unicorn horn?
I'm always here for the aesthetic.
One unicorn horn is enough for one shield item.
Okay, fair. That's
All right,
understandable.
fine.
Do we have any
feel like we
other
should give it to
unicorn horns
Raven.
in that bag? I'm just wondering.
So it seems like there's only one unicorn horn.
Okay. There's a lot of stuff in the bag. I thought it might be good to double check. Who? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, that seems like a really good thing to have. I don't
Yeah,
know who
it
the
does.
best person to have it is, but I think that's a good thing to have.
I think it's Raven or Hardtack, honestly.
It would
Okay.
be usable once a day. Then it
Oh.
will recharge at dawn.
Okay,
I'm
it's not a
thinking-
one-time thing.
I'm wondering if it, like, I'm trying to, well, we can, I think we can determine who gets it, but I think either way having it would be good, like,
Yeah.
to share. We
Agreed.
can take turns.
Okay, so Keen. 1 pair of moon crocs. 1 defensive item, please. Also, money for the various spice. Wait, no, because the various spices you could turn into things, right?
Well, I'm
Also, I
turning
think
the
that some of
cinnamon.
this he should keep.
I'm turning the cinnamon into a healing potion.
Okay, so healing potion, moon crocs, and 1
and then
shield thing.
I'm keeping the garlic powder for my own
Are
personal
you
use.
just? Do you have like a problem with vampires? We can help you. You know what? We'll talk later. They're okay. That's the 3 things that we've gone so far, and then
Attack is kind of shuffling the gems right now, and he's kind of like
Nice.
putting them back in the bag. But while Keen is distracted, because Hardtack is casting Distort Value on the gem.
you have a spell called Distort Value. You're a fucking pirate.
Oh
You're
my
literally a pirate. Oh
Can
my
it apply
god.
to all of the gems in total since it's one thing on the list?
No more than 1 foot on a side. You could, I mean, so if it's like, you know,
Just the handful of gems. Can I
Yeah,
just?
You
if
want to
it's-
mess with
it's-
keen-eyed Tom?
I don't think
Keen-eyed.
his.
Can I bring up a good point very
Yep.
briefly?
Yeah.
Do we really want to burn a bridge with somebody that we're planning on coming back to?
It's too
Like,
late, besties. He's already
This is-
doing it.
This is 8
It's
hours.
already cast.
He did
observation.
not consult the party about this.
Yeah,
He just
we don't even
did
know
it.
this is happening. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
he
sure.
just did
I
it.
think
This is
Raven
just
has
meta.
stepped out of the tent and just started petting the wolf. I think Raven's just like,
Belly rub the shit
I,
out
don't,
of
I
the wolf
can't
right
do
now.
anything here.
I
I'm
think
gonna
you
just-
should
He
tell
does
us
this
about the belly
without the
rubs.
knowledge of the party.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's in the
does.
bag. He's doing
That's fine.
doing a form of pirate sleight of hand inside the bag, but he's not using sleight of hand. He's just distorting his belly.
Okay, so you take, I'll say 3 of the gems,
Okay, perfect.
and you cast Distort Value on them, and it just, like, little dents and nicks, and anything that's uncut, they suddenly become very polished. And that happened.
Perfect. And Hardtack kind of takes he starts putting the gems down kind of one by one on the desk and says, "How much for all of these? Or can you do anything with them? But also how much?"
So, what is your spell DC? It's 14. He has to make an investigate. All right,
Yeah.
let's see what happens with Keen-Eyed Tom.
See how keen his eyes are.
Oh,
that's 6. So
not very keen. Needs to get some glasses. 2020, not
Yeah.
his vision.
Formerly known as Keen-Eyed Tom.
Oh. So he
He's probably
he-
distracted because he's flirty too. Sorry, what?
So he takes a look at these gems and he says, "Oh my goodness, these are some of the finest gems I've ever seen in my entire life."
Unbelievable.
I bet they are.
And he says, "I could give you 300 gold pieces for these gems."
My God. So we have.
You
okay.
said you've never seen a gem this and how much would it be if these gems were not in here? 200?
Probably
Oh,
something like that.
300. Sounds like I'm giving them away if they're so special. How about 350?
350. Roll me a persuasion.
Fuck
Hardtack.
yeah, you goddamn pirate.
Unbelievable.
Let's go.
Unbelievable.
So he says, 350. He says, "All right, I could do it for 350." And he takes the gems. He says, "I'm gonna unload these real quick," and he gives you 350 gold.
Incredible. Perfect.
Wow, nice.
Okay, so
All
we
right.
have we earned 850 gold that we have not split or spent yet. That's like from the 200, right? How much did we get? Yeah, so
So
we
200
have
in coins,
Mhm.
and now 350 in gems,
Okay,
and then the other items.
right.
So
Oh,
he
I
says,
think there was another item on that list, by the way.
Is it the 4-leaf clover?
Is it the strange
We-
winged creature encased in amber?
Yes.
He
Wait,
had
there
that
was
on
a
the
four-leaf
list.
Clover?
There was
There's
definitely a four-leaf
preserved
clover.
4-leaf clover and one potion with red. Hardtack takes the potion and just kind of like opens it up and sniffs it, but doesn't know what it is. He's like, "Do you know what this is?"
So Hardtack, when you smell the potion, it smells like cinnamon.
Ah,
Oh, it's healing.
oh,
Yeah.
I know what this
Oh.
is.
So we're just getting
Another
another one
healing
of
potion.
these.
Yeah, we should
Now we
just
have
hold
two
on to
healing
that
potions.
because I accidentally sold the last one to the to the dude who made my bone sword.
I feel like I missed the spot where we got a 4-leaf clover. Can I
It's in
read?
the-
Is that
It's
in the bag?
Yeah, it's in the bag.
It's below
Yeah,
gems and above the potion with red liquid. It's close
In
to
the
the bottom
chat.
of what I sent in
the
chat.
second message Tyler sent.
No, I see it. Oh, okay.
It's on the list.
Weird.
I remember.
It's just indented because
Yeah, it's the
Roll20.
indent. My eyes don't
Yeah.
work.
it's fine.
I also
get it.
can't read.
We
I
have
think Juniper
okay.
learned how to
Zero
read
brain
with
cells.
this list.
Just very quickly.
those are the only words that Juniper knows.
Just kidding. Yeah, actually, both of those things. Well, weird. Did you all read this list too?
No.
You just could intuit.
You talk in your sleep.
that is weird because I don't sleep, but
That's right.
I
you
believe
don't.
it.
You don't
You'd
sleep.
never lie to me, so
Never.
If you all come back
During
tomorrow,
my
I'll have these
meditation.
items for you.
Okay, wait. Kid, the winged creature. Can I ask him what? Hey, what is this, Keen-eyed Tom?
So he takes this amber. It looks like a perfect sphere of amber, and inside seems like an almost insectile creature, but it has humanoid features. And he looks in and he says, "By all the gods, never thought I'd see a fae encased in amber before."
Oh my god, it's my fae lover. I'm gonna marry it. Sorry,
excuse me?
I've been reading
You
a lot
say
of.
that aloud?
Yeah, I shit.
What?
That's it. That's
said,
incredible. How did it get trapped
What
in
you
there?
do on your free time is your business, my boy.
How did it get trapped in there?
I don't know. You just gave me this right now.
Is this
It's an
common?
amber.
This is like super uncommon to see.
Oh yes. Quite uncommon. I
Have you
can give you a pretty penny for this. I can also infuse this into something.
Dietrich
as
takes
well.
it back. Is there like a way to release something from amber?
Yes, of course. If you find a cleric of strong enough power, you can get them to remove this curse and restore something of greater power.
Are you gonna keep that?
Or
I
if you
kind of
find
want to.
Find a creature that has adequate power to release this, then sure you can.
Dietrich turns to the
Or-
party and is like, "Can I keep this and maybe release it, or do you guys want to sell it and just be done with it?"
Mr. Keen, what did you want this item for?
So with this, I can grind it up, turn it
There's
into
a lot of grinding around here.
I know. Don't grind
Oh,
up my
yes.
husband.
Flirty. Who said that?
I can infuse this again into a weapon or a defensive item or an item of utility.
How can you tell which items you can infuse into stuff and which you can't?
Yeah,
It's that
You
keen
don't
on
eye.
this
go
list, it
to-
was just infusible. Is there like a list of infusible items of the world?
so he points behind him at what looks like a diploma, and he says, "I didn't go to 4 years of merchant school for nothing, miss. I know my shit."
This is so. I love that you know about shit. I think that's so cool.
What about this four-leaf clover?
Juniper wants to go to college, I think.
He says, "Yeah, the 4-leaf clover, again, grind it up into powder, and I can infuse that into more items. Basically, all of the items that I had sent you on the list, I can infuse into objects or weapons and imbue them with special properties."
Okay, so we don't have to pay him. We just give him the 4-leaf clover. He makes us an item.
Well, yes, and then there's bound to be a little residue that's left, and I just keep that.
Oh, okay. Taking a little off the top. Take a little off the top. Okay. Mixing the things with baby powder. Got it. Okay, well,
Anything that would help a warlock
Yeah.
with that four-leaf clover.
Oh, indeed, yes. I can. He takes the 4-leaf clover that's preserved. It's very delicate. It's in a little glass case on a little pillow, and he opens the case and he looks at it and he closes the case and he says, "I can.
Preferably a ring would be great.
a
I
ring.
could definitely infuse this
Fashion?
into a ring."
Is this our fashion episode?
Seriously.
And he says, "Yes, I can infuse this into a ring, give it some special properties. It should be able to help with what you said you were a warlock."
He just does an eldritch blast into the sky. Just... yeah.
Somewhere in Free Market, a bird falls to the ground, dead.
It's the
The
butterfly
second bird
effect.
casualty.
A second, yeah.
It's a butterfly effect. That bird was going to save the world.
And he says, "Ah, that's a very interesting, neat trick you got there, sir."
Is magic,
Neat
like, not common? What the hell is this guy on about?
So he says, "I can infuse this into a ring. I could probably get the ring to make your magic a little more accurate, a little more potent. Basically, giving you a +1 to your magical attacks.
Let's do that. That sounds good.
Yes. My eyes aren't what they used to be. And then winks at Keen-Eyed Tom. Just.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh,
All right. What about the strange winged creature? What can you do to arrows with that?
To arrows, I could make them reduction arrows.
Reduction arrows?
Yes, you shoot an arrow at something, and it hits its mark. It makes the target shrink.
That is amazing. We'll take it.
Honey, I shrunk the enemy. What?
Yeah, no, literally. That's amazing. We'll take it.
from what? What is this?
Wait. Sorry. Isn't that the thing you want to keep? Why would we?
I mean, I can release a Fae.
No, I don't
amiibo.
need it. I don't need the shrinking. It's fine.
Did we get a few of
shrink
those
arrows is
special
cute.
double arrows earlier? I forgot. I
No,
know
we
landed on the
got
Crocs.
we got
we
the
got
Crocs.
It was
Crocs.
only Crocs. Sorry, I misunderstood that the Crocs took up all.
Okay,
of the
to
thing.
recap, we're getting Moon Crocs.
Yes.
We're getting
Healing potion.
Healing Potion. We have
Healed
another
item.
healing potion.
Oh yeah, that was in the
Uh-huh.
thing. That's what the red potion
So
is.
as a group right now we have 550 gold and one red potion. And then Moon Crocs, shield item,
and a special ring
special ring, and that's it.
and money.
And money,
But
yeah.
That's all I've got. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that everything though? Because we didn't do the. No, that's the unicorn horn. That's the special shield thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think that's everything. There are a few other things on the list that we didn't come across yet, but I can keep. I'll keep the list.
Do you?
the
Okay.
list.
Keen-eyed Tom, do you sell bags of holding?
I do not. Bags of holding are very expensive.
How much does it vary?
They're like 500 gold pieces.
And you don't sell them?
I mean, I don't keep them in the store. What if I get robbed?
You just put all your shit in the bag of holding and put it in your pocket, Bessie. I don't know. It's like,
That's even worse. Then if they take the bag, they take all of my inventory.
that's a good point. Okay, you're right. Do you have anything else that we can buy? Can we buy some of those trick arrows that you already had?
Oh, of course. Yes. Do you
So-
remember the list?
So, no. So, Hardtech, you had more communal gold too, right? We just made 550 communal gold, but you had more too, right? I know I have personally
Pretty sure
20.
we spent it whenever we spent the communal gold whenever I gambled and drank to have that 100 gold pieces for the.
Okay, so as a group, before we haven't split it, we have 550. Can we buy some of the trick arrows that you have already that you don't have to make?
Of course.
Okay.
I do have some infused arrows here. We've got fire arrows, ice arrows, sleep arrows.
Sleep
We
arrows.
do have some V arrows as well. We
Raven
have
like popped her
arrows.
head back in the tent and said, "I hear arrows."
Yes. What kind do you
What do
want?
Yes.
I mean,
Fire,
fire's
ice,
cool.
sleep,
Yeah.
V.
Sleep.
Fire,
Sleep.
ice,
Music.
sleep, V, healing, banishment.
Healing arrows.
Healing arrows seems sort of
Banishment.
counterintuitive. Could you explain how that works?
So he
Just
goes
curious.
into the back, closes the curtain behind him. You hear
This
more
is pretty
rummaging.
cool. This is pretty
He
neat.
just
Everybody,
opens
right?
the curtain again, comes out with 5 arrows. They all have different arrow heads.
Mhm.
One of them is engraved with this glowing red sigil. And he says, "This here is a fire arrow," and he places it on a little stand that he has on his desk. And he says, "This here, 50 gold apiece." He removes it. He places another arrow, this one with a glowing light blue rune on it. He says, "This here is an ice arrow, also 50. He takes another one, which has a glowing purple rune, and it seems to almost mist as it moves. And he puts it on the pedestal. He says, "This is a sleep arrow, 50 gold as well. Really good deal, might I add." And he moves it. He then takes this glowing white arrow, and this arrow, it doesn't have an arrowhead, it has a little sphere on the end of it, and the sphere is this glowing white, it almost looks like a pearl, and he puts it on and he says, healing arrow, that's going to be 70 gold. And then he moves it out, and he takes one final one that is a solid white arrow made of some kind of almost ivory or some white substance, and he places it. He says, banishment arrow, that's 100 gold.
Banishment arrow is cool.
And then
Raven, what are you
moves it,
thinking?
and then he takes out these two other arrows that have
Oh, sorry.
little V's carved into the arrowheads. He says, V arrows, those are 50 gold for two.
For utility purposes, I think I'm most interested in the fire arrows because I feel like, you know, we've got like regular arrows that can do damage and things. The banishment's really cool, but I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm thinking
It's like a lot to mess with dimensions and stuff.
it feels like a tricky little thing, and I don't want to fuck with that. And also, what if I miss? What happens then?
I go into
Fire.
a pocket dimension.
Fire, at least, we could just have hardtack, you know, cast create water, and worst case scenario, everybody gets a little singed. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we've
feel like
encountered
we
fire
could-
before.
We-
I'm familiar with fire.
And I feel like fire, we could, you know, if there's something we have to, you know, light ahead of us or burn ahead of us or
Question, may I ask a question? Could I ask a question? Are the arrows like one-time use? Like if they light something on fire and then we retrieve the arrow, could we retrieve the arrow? Would it be burned? Anyways, if you could retrieve the arrow, if it hadn't been destroyed, could you shoot it again and light another thing on fire?
So, if the arrow survives So first of all, the spell only triggers when the arrowhead hits its mark. So if you
It's
miss
marked.
and it clatters to the ground, you can pick it up again, shoot it later. If
Whoa.
it hits, it's probably gonna break because it turns into fire or it turns into ice. The arrow just burns itself up upon use.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Buy
Hardtack
some
pulls
arrows.
Raven
Worth getting
aside.
some.
You want the fire arrows? Yes. I can try to get you two.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And Hardtack kind of saunters up to the desk again and says, well, keen eye, Tom. You have a very keen eye.
Yes, I do.
I'm sure that keen eye knows how valuable the things that we've handed over are for, to make the items, which I'm extremely grateful for. But I know you're getting a little extra. You'll probably sell that or turn it into some other things that you can sell. But how about we get 2 of these fire arrows for Raven, but both for 50. Just 50 for 2. Just as a
50?
goodwill because we've given you so much. So.
Come on. Come on.
That's quite an ask. He says, I could do it for 80. I could give you
60
2 for
sounds
80.
much better, doesn't it?
60 gold. All right, roll me a persuasion.
Yeah. A buyer its life for me. Oh my fucking god.
Unbelievable.
So he says, tell you what, all right, I'll do it for 60 if I am your preferred vendor. But whenever you come back, because I see that you lot seem to be on the up and up, I fancy myself a bit of an investor. So if I'm your guy, 60 gold.
Well, I'm pretty sure that
And Tom.
that this one over here, and Hardtack points at Jay, has only been shopping twice,
What?
ever, and they're both with Mr. Keen-Eyed Tom here. So I think we can make that agreement. We'll keep coming back for sure.
Throw
As
in a
long as
wolf
we go
treat.
out there. And,
60 and you throw in a wolf treat.
oh, wolf treat? Do you have any treats that a wolf might like?
He says, "I've got some jerky here. Do you think?"
Perfect.
And
I'm
as
great.
he's saying it, the wolf just like reaches up, snaps, and takes out his hand. He's like, "Well, I had some jerky."
And I just pet him.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yay.
All right, so we're getting
now
all
we're-
this
now we're
stuff
good.
next time, and we have 490 gold as a
490, yep.
group, and 1 red potion. I have hardtack. I have it under like hardtack has 490 gold group as a or gold as a group, and 1 red potion
So then, just to be clear, the things that you're getting tomorrow
tomorrow.
are the moon crocs,
Trucks,
the healing potion from the cinnamon,
right?
the laser pointer ring,
Right.
and is that it? Oh, and
And
he's
the
selling you
shield.
the 2 fire arrows now.
Well, and the shield.
Yeah, the Crocs, the potion, the shield, and the ring. Is what I have.
Shield.
The shield item from the unicorn horn.
Unicorn horn
Oh,
shield.
Come on,
Right,
Tyler.
right, yes,
Come
yes,
on.
yes, yes,
Together.
Right. Yes, gotcha. Okay, great.
This has been quite the shopping scene.
We have
I
been
cannot
live for
fault
an
you at all.
hour.
This is like
And it's
first
been
thing in the
riveting.
morning.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good, Bessie. Diedrich goes to high five Keen-Eyed Tom.
He does not high five you.
Okay. So then he just
Yeah.
kind of palms his forehead and walks away.
Okay, he just says, that was strange.
Tom, keen-eyed Mr. Tom. If you have other stuff to add to this list ever, other stuff for, because you know so much. Again, with your, I'm so the impressive. Anyways, if you have other lists, I'm happy to have them.
He says, "What? So, the list of things that can be turned into magic items is extensive. There are many things that can be. You can suck the magic right out of it and just throw it into something else.
Too big of a
And-
list to carry? Is it too big to? It's not.
It's
a
quite
pocket
the
list.
list. So
Okay.
I can, as my inventory changes or my needs for inventory change, I can certainly give you updated lists.
Great. I love a list. That's great. That's super. That's wonderful news. I can give you a list. I don't know what of, but if you ever want a list, I surely could make
Jennifer,
one.
just write a list of
Okay.
things you liked. Bagels.
Okay, I'll work on a list.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
do
yeah.
it. Thank you.
All right, you work on that
You can
list.
trade
Give
list.
it to me at some point. That sounds great.
Okay, wait.
I'm gonna go and vend to other people now.
we kept the winged
There's
fae.
a line that is just formed
Yeah.
behind
At
us.
this point,
There's like
there's
20
some guy
people.
behind you
Yes,
that's
we
like,
kept
"Oh my god!"
Okay,
That person behind us is Tyler right now.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep
There's-
the winged fae encased in amber. Diedrich's gonna hold on to that.
Yep.
We did not.
That works
use-
for me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're leaving. Goodbye.
Great.
Sorry.
Okay. So you leave. You leave.
That
We
was
just
great,
hear Tyler
riveting.
behind us go, "Fuck!"
That was
Finally!
really good
Yeah.
use of roleplay time for sure.
Yeah, there's like a 5'5.5" guy in a suit with glasses that's just like, "Fucking shit, I thought they'd never leave. Oh my god, it's been an hour. It's been an hour. It's been an hour." And Keen-Eyed Tom's like, I'm sorry. Look, they're new." And
Keen-Eyed
so,
Tom just made us promise to go back to him forever, so I feel like
Yeah.
he's
This is
somewhat
gonna be
to
the
blame.
beginning of a beautiful relationship.
I can't blame it all on us. Come on.
He's gonna
So,
be tired-eyed
Come
Tom
on,
by the end of
Tom.
this.
I
hate our Tom. I think we. So, are we going back to the barracks?
it's up to you. Do you want to go to the barracks? Because you can.
I think that's what we're doing. Yeah. Yeah, party. We're
Yeah.
going back to the barracks because we just got off the ship.
Or do you want to go like home?
That's what I meant. Sorry, like the McHale home.
Okay, yeah. So you go into the guest ward.
Yeah.
And you go to the building that you're living at.
Yeah.
And you see all of the refugees are standing outside the door. And
Hey guys.
they see you approaching, and one of them comes up to you. He's this a younger guy, and he says, "Where have you all been? I feel as though it's been ages."
We went on a boat ride. And I learned how to lift. Dietrich is...
So, he says, I have some dreadful news. Unfortunately, Mikhail has... well, I don't know if she's dead, but she has been turned to stone.
What?
She came into her
She's
office.
sleeping?
No, I mean, quite literally. There's a statue of Mikhail sitting in her office right now.
Like
Jack just starts
they were so
walking to
thankful
the-
and they built a
Let's go,
statue?
let's go.
Hardtack
Let's go
just
see.
ignores what everybody's saying. He's just walking in while they're
Oh
still
no,
talking.
poor
towards the
Hardtack.
office.
Alright, Hardtack, as you're walking into the building, you're stopped. The little girl that was talking to Raven, she kind of tugs at your side, and her eyes are bloodshot from crying, and she holds up Mikhail's bag, and she holds it up to you.
Hardtack just takes it. He knows what it is, so he just takes it and says, "Thank you."
Okay.
And like pats the girl on the head and keeps walking into the office.
Okay. So I should point out the Mikhail's office is in the Iron Ward.
Somewhere else.
residence
Well, I'm
is in the
just
guest
walking away then. Yeah, I'm walking towards the Iron Ward. Like I'm just
Oh,
on
okay.
my,
Okay.
on my way.
So you're walking
yeah.
towards the Iron Ward. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, because we know where
Are
that
you all-
is, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely following Hardtack.
The human man. So the human man, he says, "All right, everyone, don't worry. I'm gonna take care of this." And he just starts jogging to catch up with the four of you, and he says, "All right." So Mikhail had said that right before she was attacked, Mikhail said that she had found us citizenship and she would be able to get us homes. Now the thing is, she was indisposed just before we all signed our names. So we are allowed to live in Sunhome, but we don't exactly have lodgings. Is there a way, perhaps, for the four of you to help us with this? I have, as you can see, my 7 companions are quite distraught.
Can we figure out what's going on with Mikhail before we have to figure out where you're sleeping? This feels like priority number 2.
Dietrich pulls him aside. We will do everything we can to get you lodgings and to figure this all out, okay? But we have to go see Mikhail.
All right. Well, we'll be out here. We'll be outside of the residence.
Can we
Hardtack
send
just-
him maybe to
We have
our...
a key. Like we have a key to our place, right?
Yeah.
I assume, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we do
Hardtack
that.
just kind of flips the key at him
Yeah.
and points in the direction where
Use
the
our
wanderer-
place.
Yeah.
You can sleep in our place for now.
So
I forgot we had a place. We've been so busy.
We have a house and a boat.
he says,
I knew about
"Thank
the
you."
boat.
So he has the key to your room, and he says, "All right, everyone, we're gonna wait inside. They'll be back." His voice just fades into the distance. You get to the Iron Ward. First thing, well, where would you like to go? You're just straight into the office?
Yeah, I think we're beelining it to
Okay.
the office, yeah? I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like Hardtack is going into a sprint at this point, or whatever an old man version of a sprint is.
He's just walking.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
Oh my
you
God.
open the door to Mikhail's office, and you brush in past a set of guards, past some officials. One of them stands up and takes in a breath to say something, but you just brush right past him. And you go into Mikhail's office, and first of all, there's papers strewn all over the desk, the floor, and slumped up with chalk drawn around her stone body is Mikhail. And she's sat right up against the edge of her desk. Her hand is up against her throat, and she has one hand out, and she's just staring into the distance. What would you like to do?
Is there anyone else in the office, like officials and guards and stuff?
Yes. Yeah.
Dietrich goes to the nearest one. What happened?
So you come up to a man. There's an orc standing behind him with his arms folded. The man, he looks very stern, very no nonsense. He says, "My name is Constable Creevy. I was here the night that Mikhail was attacked."
What happened?
So he says, "Mikhail went out after dealing with these refugees, came back in, stumbled in. Something didn't seem quite right. Stumbled into her office, started shouting at the refugees. Next thing we know, she's turned to stone. Of course, I wasn't in her office when it happened. May I ask, who are you all to her?"
Dietrich doesn't answer and starts to shuffle through the papers on her desk.
So the papers are forms for the refugees for citizenship. And he says, "Excuse me, that's personal, that's official paperwork." And the orc behind him gives like a and he says, who are all of you?"
Dietrich does not answer and starts scooping up the citizenship paper, making sure that he has 8, and kind of shakes it in front of Creevy. Is that his name? And is like, "You take this and you make sure that those former slaves that we freed have citizenship and have a place to stay. I don't give a shit about anything else until they are safe. You do. This is ridiculous. How could you not know?" I mean, Dietrich is spiraling a little.
So Creevy, he stands up straight and he begins to reach for his manacles. He says, "You be careful how you act, boy. You're in a
I
precinct."
think the wolf would bark or growl at that point, because Raven's pissed.
Yeah,
Raven's
we
so
all-
mad right
yeah.
now.
Mhm.
There's not words forming. So I think the wolf is growling at this person.
So the wolf takes a couple of steps forward in between Diedrich and Creevy, and it's just... And the orc standing behind Creevy takes a step forward. And you notice, first of all, this orc is about 7 feet tall.
Jesus.
He has a greatsword in a back sheath, and he begins to reach for it.
I think Raven would step forward and be like, "Don't even." She's mad. She's mad beyond reason. Just angry.
Yeah, Dietrich lost his mom, low-key. Dietrich is miserable.
So
Juniper's gonna elbow hardtack.
Help.
Yes.
Help.
He kind of has to shake out of it because he's just been kind of in a stoic stance at the time. He's like, "Everybody, just calm down. This is unnecessary. Creevy, was it?
He takes a deep breath.
We've been working with Mikhail, investigating some goings-on in the city. She's been investigating some things. I'm sure you know a lot about investigation. We're the ones who have freed these 8 people, and that is why our young man here is very, very worked up about making sure that they have a place to stay. They gain their citizenship because we feel somewhat responsible for them, I'm sure, and I think we also feel a bit responsible for Mikhail here. So we're just trying to understand what happened and what can be done about it. What are we doing here?"
So Creevy, he says, "So you've been working with Mikhail?" And he says, "Did she say anything strange to you last time you saw her? Anything?"
I've heard a lot of strange things. What are you
Almost
talking
everything
about?
she said has been strange. Sorry.
Shh.
he says, well, I don't quite know. Mikhail has been full of all kinds of outlandish and ridiculous theories. Keeps to herself mostly about them. So I'm wondering, as the four of you apparently have been working close with her for the most recent couple of weeks, if she might have said anything to you.
No, I don't think so.
The last we talked to her, we had just freed slaves, and she was getting them citizenship. That's all we know. What happened here? What happened here?
Yeah, we
You
don't know.
tell us. What happened to our friend?
So he's holding the papers and he's like, Delaney! And one of the other officers comes up, takes the papers. He says, make sure that this paperwork gets done. And this officer Delaney, she says, it seems like everything's signed. I believe that these people have citizenship, but we're not really in control of how they get housing. That's really up to them. If they have any gold or any coins or anything, I'm gonna go file this paperwork. And she fucks off. And Creevy, he says, well, if you find anything significant, anything comes up in your memory, you come back here and you let me know. I'm Creevy. This is Sundae. And he points to the orc. And the orc doesn't say anything, just gives a nod.
And I assume this information that you'd like us to provide is strictly and only related to you trying to figure out who did this to Mikhail, and not for any other reason, correct?
Well, we're trying to figure out what she might have been involved in.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
Any information could lead to those who did this.
Did you say that out loud?
No, I don't. Fuck. Okay, can Diedrich...
Yeah, I think Jay's just gonna say, like, I don't think we know anything.
Is there anything? What do I
What?
roll to try to figure out if I
Insight.
can like see? what his-
Insight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can
That's what I
I
was
do
thinking.
that
That
while
was
he's
what I was-
talking?
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking
you
about
can do an
doing
insight
too.
heart attack.
Nice.
All right, so with a 16, you get the feeling that this guy is hiding something. You're not sure what, but this guy is trying to press information out of you.
Yeah,
I
we'll
just say
we'll
it.
let you know. We'll let you know. Don't worry about it. You go take care of paperwork. We'll let you know.
Oof.
I think
Fucking
hardtack
drag
kind
him.
of, looks him
Yo.
straight in the
No,
eyes.
fuck this
Eyes him
guy.
a bit.
But we don't need.
What are you? Like, as if he knows what Creevy is trying to ask for. He's like, "What do you know, Creevy, that can help us find out what happened to Mikhail?"
So he says, well, I don't know much. All I know is one of my colleagues came in screaming about something. By the time I got to her office, she turned to stone.
Screaming about
What do you know about Mikhail, like, what Mikhail was investigating?
So he removes part of he opens part of his coat, and you see that it's bandaged on the side. He says, I do know that prisoner she had incarcerated here was hiding a knife. Stabbed me in the side when I was interrogating him. Good thing Sundae was here, otherwise I would have been dead. And he buttons up his coat again.
And where is that prisoner?
We never went to go
Well-
see him.
Sundae had to exercise extreme prejudice
He's
when
dead?
dealing with it. Unfortunately,
These motherfuckers! I fucking knew we should have gone to see him when we were last here. Damn your emotions. Damn it. He's fucking dead. We should have gone to see him when I fucking said, damn it. That's Eye
So
Patch guy.
the-
No, it's the other guy that wasn't Eye Patch guy.
it was one of the underlings.
The one
Yeah.
that got away. Fucking
And so,
piece of shit.
so
sorry.
he says,
You saying this out loud?
No, but fuck. I'm so lit. Like, Sunday is so mad right now. I mean, Diedrich is like in tears. Fuck.
so he says, well, if you come across anything, you let us know. And as you're walking out of hardtack, I guess, out of the corner of your eye, you see Creevy is just leaning back, talking to Sunder, and he just saying something to him, and Sunder is leaning down and nods as the door closes.
Okay.
Behind them.
Pitch to the party. Diedrich does a sneaky and tries to go follow Creevy. But it means I also have to break off from the party, and I don't want to do that if that seems like a bad idea.
We can follow you close, right?
I mean, can we all as a group roll enough stealth to not be fucking overheard? Or, like...
But I mean, I
How
think
far
that,
can
like,
Squiffy go?
if you...
That's a good
Oh, yeah,
point.
Squiffy's a good idea, 'cause he
Squiffy's a
can be
great
invisible.
idea.
I don't trust...
So,
What are we're walking away, right? Like, we're far enough
yeah.
away.
The doors were
walking back.
closing. The doors were closing while we were
I think
leaving.
that we should keep walking before we make these plans. I don't think we should talk in this room.
Yeah, but I
in
don't
this
think we should
building.
leave the Iron Quarter. Like,
Yeah, totally.
Okay,
but
okay,
let's look
Diedrich-
outside. I
Diedrich-
need some fresh air.
Can
Okay.
Hardtack take a quick look around the room to see if he can see anything that would help us know who or what was around when Mikhail met this fate?
I mean,
Well, so
we
you know
Is there
investigated.
anything we see?
We
so
left
you
the
know that-
office.
The only so you're this is as the doors to the barracks close behind you. You've seen Creevy say something to the
Gotcha,
orc,
gotcha.
to Sunder, and you do know that all of the refugees were there.
Yeah.
When Mikhail was attacked,
We can
all of them witnessed it happen.
Right. All right. Then let's go talk. Let's go back to our house where we just sent
Yeah.
8 fucking people in our tiny house.
And I think we can, like, when we're outside and walking, like heading towards our house, can we tell if anyone is around us during this walk? Like, does it seem like there's not a lot, like, that anyone would be listening while we're walking over?
Yeah, roll me a perception, Juniper. Also, all of you can give yourselves a hero point for
oh.
some
what?
darn good RP.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
fuck
Was
yeah.
it the shop trip? Was it the shopping? Just kidding.
No, that would be a negative hero point.
That was so in character.
No, that was great. That was great. Yeah,
Wait, I forgot
But,
what you said. Perception?
yeah. Roll me a perception.
Oh boy, howdy, I will.
Nice! Sorry.
Let me perceive
Yeah.
it all, bestie.
She sees
So,
into
I'll
the
say that-
fucking universe.
I'll say that Juniper, you're the one that noticed that as the doors were closing, you saw Creevy say something, and reading his lips, you saw him say something like, "Follow," and then
God damn it.
the doors closed. You do notice that if their plans were to follow you, they have not done so yet. You take a look around, even tapping into your green side a little bit to see if there's any hostile energy, and there is none. Right now, you are not being followed, as far as your knowledge goes.
Juniper's gonna like. Okay, everyone, come close. I think they're planning on following us, but I don't see anyone around us now. Let's make a plan really quickly, and then be as cautious as we can, because I think I'm suspicious of them, and I know that they're suspicious of us.
Okay, Diedrich wants to take... Here's what Diedrich wants to try to do. You let me know. Diedrich wants to try to sneakily break off from the group, since there's no one listening at us right now, and roof walk stealthily along, like following the gang. I mean, or maybe Squiffy can do this. Like, I just want to like follow us to where we're going, but I want to get like at a high vantage point and like be scoping and making sure no one's following us or like seeing anything out of the ordinary while we're on our way.
What for?
Because if we're being followed, I want to know if we're being followed.
Well, so
I guess I don't know
Juniper
how
has
splitting
determined
apart.
that you're definitely not being followed right now.
Okay.
Right, and I'm not sure how splitting apart helps us get to that.
I wasn't gonna leave. I was literally gonna walk along the roofs as you guys were walking
I
along.
think
Now
we're
we're
safe on the
okay.
way home.
Yeah,
On the way
sounds-
home,
yeah, it
we
sounds
should
like
be
it.
I
okay.
think
Okay.
it just in the next, like, if we're going somewhere else, we just need to
We
be
should be
cautious
cautious
of
every time
somebody.
we leave. Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the house then.
Squiffy just sits on Hardtack's shoulder, but facing backwards, and like every other second, Hardtack is just switching. Like you see his eyes blink, and they change and blink back, and blink and change and blink
But I
back,
think like I want to talk.
looking forward and back.
I
Yeah, we
want
need
to
to-
talk
we need to
on
talk
our
to
way
Rogers.
home.
Yeah,
About
like
what
an
is
Iron
going
Sorkin
on.
walk and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like oh, you get it exactly. Because I think that this is a really good opportunity of like no one is around us at this moment, and we're about to be surrounded by all of the like. And Jay's like saying this also to y'all. Like I think that it's good if we make a plan. I don't want to be like, I don't want to freak all of these refugees out and make them concerned more than they already are, and then create like I don't know. They could act like if we seem nervous around them, maybe they'll talk to someone about the fact that we're nervous about something. Let's make a plan now when it's just the 4 of us so that we can go talk to them and be like, chill.
All right.
I don't trust those guys.
Hardtack, I definitely don't trust those guys. They killed that fucking prisoner because he knew something.
I think so too.
Hardtack, I think that they just don't want... I don't know if they necessarily did this to Mikhail. They may have. I think we should keep them as a suspect. But I think what they didn't like was what she was investigating, not necessarily what she found out. Like, it might be bigger than them, but they are definitely underlings of whatever's going on. I don't give them enough credit to be the, like, person who did it, but they're definitely, like, covering for whoever did. And I think, Hardtack, didn't you get something from that little girl?
Hardtack just kind of quickly pats Diedrich on the back. It's like, you figured it out. Good job. Like, Hardtack knew all, as if Hardtack knew all this already. He's picking it up on it, but he's like, you're doing very well. And yeah, Hardtack kind of picks up the bag, Mikhail's bag.
Sunday's like, don't condescend to me, and Diedrich is like, thanks, Dad.
Also, though, I think that we should try not to make it so obvious that we don't trust these guys, because I think that, like, clearly it's not just the 2 of them. I don't want to make more of a problem, and I don't want them, like, they're already suspicious of us and gonna start watching us.
I think that
if we make it more obvious that we distrust them, we're just gonna create more problems for ourselves.
I think that we should be turned off from the case, scared off by Mikhail, or at least make them think that we stopped investigating somehow. I don't know if that's an illusion, or like we stuff our beds with pillows or something.
Worst, I think it can be as simple as, like, let's pretend like we can give them some information that doesn't matter and make them think that we're on their side. I just don't want to make more enemies, because I think that they will get in our way.
I think it's already fucking too late. We're gonna have to go back to them and pretend.
We did kind of come in pretty hot there.
Yes, we did.
So as this is happening, you find yourselves back in the guest ward, and that human, he comes up to you. It seems as though he's been waiting outside, and he says, "Ah, thank goodness you're back. It feels as though it's been hours."
You're an impatient one, aren't you?
Well, we did just witness someone basically die, and we were all abducted, and yes, I'm a bit twitchy. You'll have to excuse me. You've been gone a week. And then our only ally, who was there that rescued us from these slavers, turned to stone, shouting to give you that bag, and that you're targets.
Hardtack kind of like, let's have this conversation inside, and kind of motion to have us in the guest ward with all of the
When
freed.
we get inside, can Juniper do like take a quick look around to like make sure, like, I don't know, windows are closed and there's like no hiding spots? Okay, should I roll against that, or can I just post?
No, I'll just say that like as this is happening,
26.
So the room that you have is maybe the size of this room. It's not very big, but
I had the biggest room I've ever been in.
I had a feeling it wasn't very big, and I love the idea that there are 8 + 4
there are now
people in here.
12 people are in this room.
Yeah.
A wolf and a monkey.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a college party.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, this is a frat party for sure.
Especially the
one
wolf and
person-
the monkey for sure.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So you get in, and this human, he says, so as you're opening, he opens the door very quietly. He says, "I don't want to bother them," and he opens the door. There's this like boy, this young boy, that's just like, and I don't think these guys are gonna do anything. They're super lame. And did you see this guy? He's got fucking horns on his head. How lame is that? And then
I'm like, this guy needs a bagel. Sorry.
And then Hardtack just and the boy stops.
Hardtack casts
he's right behind me, isn't he?
thaumaturgy.
Say it again. Say it again.
Hardtack casts thaumaturgy.
No,
like,
no, Tyler. Tyler.
Yeah.
So
I heard.
you cast thaumaturgy, and he stops because everyone is looking behind him at the 4 of you, and he's like, he's right behind me, isn't he? And then he turns around.
My eyes are glowing, hot, fire red, just staring right at this boy. Like, hi. And then I
He's like-
blink and they're gone, just to mess with them.
Yeah. So he just sulks out, and the man that had spoken to you, he pats the boy on the shoulder. He says, "Why don't you take a lap?" And he just pushes the kid out of the way. And he says, "Make no mistake, you four are heroes to the four of us. In fact, I've been throughout this week. I had asked Mikhail about your exploits, and she told me all about your adventures."
It's really okay. We don't have to do all this. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Diedrich's cape bellows a little bit when he says heroes, but because there's so many people in the room, it just hits a couple of people.
Smacks
It doesn't
into a couple of
actually,
people,
doesn't
Yeah.
actually bellow.
He says,
Hardtack responds really quickly and says,
"Yeah,
"So Mikhail told you about our adventures, our exploits. What exactly did Mikhail talk about?"
Jay's gonna do a lap around the room and check stuff.
yeah." So yeah, I'm just gonna say, as Juniper
Not
is just checking the perimeter, he says, "Well, she told us all about the Fearsies Forsies event. She told us how you're destroying, you killed zombies in the forest, and you fought druids, and we were there when you fought the slavers. That was quite impressive. And she told us how you told her about fighting drakes, and very impressive stuff, I must say." And
I got a
he
bone
actually-
sword from that.
as he's talking, these wisps of gold begin to leave his mouth,
What?
and he says, "Sorry, I'm a bard, and I enjoy telling stories and things of that nature. But anyway, we're all very impressed, and we're all very grateful, and we would be so grateful if at some point when we all begin earning our keep, we could all go out for drinks or something that we can do to repay all four of you. Perhaps even pour one out for Mikhail."
All right. First of all, just okay. All right. You know what? Sounds good. Definitely 10 out of 10 would drink with you. You seem like a very interesting guy. I like the accent. Not really something I would expect from a slave. What do you know?
Well,
What did you see? And Dietrich starts to talk to the room of 8 people. We need to know anything that you saw, even down to the tiniest detail before Mikhail turned to stone.
Before they start talking, are we good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Jay comes back for this, obviously.
Okay.
Comes back already in the room, but re-engages in conversation.
Yeah. So the man says, he said, "Well, first of all, I'm not from here. I'm from Nide, which is up north. I was abducted, taken from my family.
The north.
So, not great. Not a slave. Very educated. I went to college.
That's really
Anyway,
cool.
Yes,
That's
it's
great.
great. I studied very hard and I paid a lot of money."
then? Sorry.
That's great. Jay elbows D. That's really
British.
great. That's really great.
So, secondly, all that we know is that she came out. A minute later, she ran back inside. She had a wound on her hand. Her hand had begun to turn to stone. Everything then began to turn to stone. She gave the bag that she was having to this girl. She said, "Make sure that you only give this to the four of you."
Can Raven go to the little girl?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I think Raven would go over to the little girl and squat down, be like, "Hi, sweetie. What did you see? What can you tell me what happened?"
So as soon as you say "hi, sweetie," she just jumps and gives you one of those jump hugs,
Uh-huh.
and she's crying into your shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and she calms down a little bit, and she says, "Mikhail," she said, "find a cure later.
Okay.
And don't trust anyone. Because if she's a target, you're a target too."
Oh, I bet that was really scary, and puts a little wisp of hair behind her ear. Did you see anything else when she came in here?
She says, we were all just so happy to be free.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything, but she really wanted me to give you that bag.
You did so good. You did so good. Why don't you just stay here and you just you can just hang out with my wolf for a minute. Does that sound good? You can just, play with him a little.
Artak pipes up. I heard he really likes belly rubs.
Oh, that's true. You might have a good friend.
Who has the
And-
bag right now?
Hardtack.
I do. As she's talking, I've been kind of sifting through, trying
Yeah,
to
maybe
what
don't
I'll-
do that in front of them, though.
So,
I think here's what I want to do now. Tyler, in this world, how much does it cost to get temporary housing? Like maybe rent a week or like a motel situation?
So, to rent a place,
Or even buy? I mean, like, what's the prices
well,
that we're looking at here?
to buy a place, like you could with the gold that you have from that haul, you could buy a boarding house.
I honestly think
and
that we
you know
should
that
house them.
growing up here, you
Yeah.
you just hearing people on the street being like 400 gold for a house. What? And so you know all of the housing prices. Not all of them because you didn't have one, but you know a bunch of the housing prices.
Okay. Okay, huddle,
or
huddle,
just a
huddle.
rough estimate.
Okay, group
But
huddle.
as that's happening,
Sorry.
Hardtack, you notice that when you're sifting through this bag, your arm just keeps going. As though the bottom of this bag is way bigger on the inside.
Bag of holding.
Yeah.
And as you all begin to huddle, Raven's wolf curls up in front of this girl, and Raven, you hear her whisper, "Hi, I'm Audrey. What's your name?" And the wolf just like, and she just lays down on his like ribs.
God, that's fucking cute.
But yeah.
Okay, wait,
So,
so-
the four of you huddle.
Huddle. Don't do the bag yet. I think we should keep these guys out of it. I think that these guys deserve to go home or to something like that
But-
home for now. They just got
Here's my
citizenship.
concern, though. I don't know if we can leave them. Like, okay, at least I'm a little bit nervous because
We can't protect them if we're gone anyway. If we leave them
I don't
here,
disagree, but I think that like if I don't know, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I think
feel about
is there
what?
anything that we can do? These are like innocent people, and I
I
feel like
know.
we have put them in harm's way, and we need to do everything that we can to make sure that they are not harmed.
that's what I'm
further.
That's what I'm trying to do. They need to be not involved in this. Them being in our house is already too much. They just got citizenship. We just ensured that happened. We made it seem to those two motherfuckers.
Do you know anyone around here that we could like house with them to just keep an eye on them and like maybe
I don't
pay
know,
a little
maybe
bit?
the Underking, but like that's just right
feels
back
excessive.
into yeah.
I
That's
just mean like another person that could keep an eye on them.
do I? I don't think I
Yeah.
know anybody, Tyler, in the city.
You don't have any friends. You don't
I'm a
So
street
you-
rat. Like I don't think
You
I have any.
definitely don't have any friends that would,
No.
be in a position to like.
I'm
take care
I'm
of
literally an
somebody in the
18-year-old
have to, like,
street
take
rat.
care. I'm just thinking like, yeah, but like if we could pay another kid to like keep an eye and like not like
Okay,
just like watch
What
out for like baddies coming.
I get
What
that.
about
Obviously they're not
Baker?
gonna like protect, but
What about who?
What about Baker? The baker.
Baker?
The lady.
oh, we could talk to her and see if like she has like maybe we could have them live somewhere close to her and she could just keep an eye out for baddies.
All right, you
She
talk into
seems
the
like she
gem.
could definitely hold her own.
You talk into the
Also-
gem and talk to Big Lady, and we're gonna. And as a group, guys, we're giving 400 gold to these people right now to buy a home.
So there's
Right?
you hear a
Oh,
From
not
your
this
huddle
fucking
in the
guy
room.
again.
as you turn around.
The goddamn
What's his
room.
name? Did we learn his name yet?
No.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Don't tell us. Just keep going.
Okay. He says. So you notice that even though he's leaning up against the opposite wall, he's grinning a little bit, and he whispers something, and that gold mist comes out again, and it wafts toward all of you, and you hear his voice clear as day, as though he's standing right next to you, and he says, You know, I have quite a lot of experience in a scrap myself. I could probably look after these folks that are now my companions in freedom.
Teacher turns to him. Yeah, the teacher turns to him.
I think you mentioned that, actually. That's really cool.
Yes.
That's really great.
We need to figure out what happened to Mikhail, and I don't want any of these people to be involved. This city is dark and deep. It can also be a great place to live a life, but it's got an underbelly, and you need to stay out of it. So if you go away, take care of these people, maybe we'll go to the bar and get a drink, but like, I want to give you money for a home, and I want to know that you're protected, and I want to know that you stay out of this.
My dear boy, we are involved by virtue of
dear boy.
Whoever did this to Mikhail is most certainly connected to those that tried to enslave us. Also, at this point, Hardtack, as you're sifting through, you find a key. The key to Mikhail's room. That's
Not
the
the
first thing you
office.
find. No, to her living quarters that are next door to yours.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. He says, I'm going to do what I can to assuage the fears of my compatriots here. However, and I will most certainly take this money and I will buy living quarters for all 8 of us. I know the value of a good house, and I know the value of a mediocre house as well. And I'm sure that we can find suitable living quarters.
Dietrich goes to Hardtack and
I
just
think
holds out a hand.
this is my concern, which is that, like, they're involved no matter what. So if we can have someone, you call us if something bad happens. That's the best that we can do. We need space for us to go explore, but I think someone keeping an eye out is the best we can do.
Maybe the baker can let them borrow the stone so that, like, they can call us if something happens.
Oh, maybe we can get more of these fancy stones.
So he says, I know that I've said this already, but I am a bard.
Is it your bar? I remembered
And
that, actually.
he-
I wrote it down next to my list.
He snaps his fingers and he points to each of you and he says, all right, I know your faces, I know your names, I know who you are. He says,
From
I
that,
should be able to contact you
bestie.
if you're needed.
Perfect.
I can do magic.
because you're
It's because you're a bard.
It's because you're a bard, right?
It's because I went to school. But yes, I am a bard.
Oh. All right. Diedrich goes to Hardtack, holds out a hand, and yeah, it doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
Hardtack?
Yeah, Hardtack starts just kind of
Money,
trying
please.
to count out how much he needs to put into the pouch to throw into Diedrich's hand.
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
400. That leaves us with a communal of 90, and I still have 20 personally. And I know you guys have some personally too, and we'll have 90 as a group.
So you parcel out the money that's needed. The next thing, Hardtack, you have the key to Mikhail's room. And we see the 4 of you looking at this key. Our camera is just zoomed in on a lock. And we see coming from off screen a key just going and twist the lock, held by a red calloused hand, and turn the doorknob and push the door open as the 4 of you walk into Mikhail's room. And you see the drawing board. It has a few more cards on it. And
I want to note that I closed the door and lock it behind us.
That's fair. Yeah. That happens. Something else, actually. I'm going to... Yeah. Yeah. You continue sifting through Mikhail's bag. You find there are 6 empty syringes. There are various scrolls and folded up papers containing notes. And after looking at these notes, you reach into the bottom and you find a signet ring. And you conclude that Mikhail was about to pay a visit to the high house, one of the high houses, to try and investigate. You also see a note, and this is at the very bottom of the bag, and it's crumpled up into a ball, and you uncrumple it, and it's a bunch of crossed out lines of text. And they're written in Elvish. I don't think you can... Oh no, you have Eyes of the Runekeeper, so you can read it.
I can read it.
So it says, one of them says, "We haven't known each other long," that's crossed out. Another one says, "A couple of weeks can go by quickly," that's crossed out.
Oh my
One
god.
says, "This may be sudden, but," crossed out. "We never know how much time one has," crossed out. "Workplace relationships are," crossed out. "Age is a number," crossed out.
Oh my god.
Artak just kind of quickly kind of folds it up and tries not to see anybody notice, but puts that in his I think he puts it in his breast
Does
pocket.
anybody notice?
Puts it right there.
Hardtack, roll me a sleight of hand.
Oh my god.
It's a nine.
Yeah, you
We
see
all see
Hardtack,
it.
look at this. Hardtack is just reading a note, and then just like,
And tieflings blush. You're already red.
he's already red. He turns a darker red.
He blushes.
Is that a-
He blushes green.
Did you get a list?
You could call it a list, but
Oh, that's great. Should we
I
add
don't
it to
think
my
it's
list?
for all of us. I think it's a list for me.
Teacher
Well, how can you
winks
be
at him.
sure?
Oh my god.
What is
So-
that? And
so
he just
cute.
points at the board to try to distract everybody's attention.
It
So
works.
yeah, you all see the board. Furthermore, Hardtack, there's a signet ring, and the signet ring matches the sigil that's written on this note card. The Polaris
Polaris.
sigil.
I kind of-
Diedrich is immediately pointing at fucking Creevy and it's just like, I told y'all. Look at this.
I think we were all on the same
Look
page,
at this man.
my love.
Diedrich is very excited about this discovery.
Again, Hardtack pats him
I'm
on the
glad
back.
that she knew.
But then Hardtack also kind of holds the ring up. He's trying to eye it, like he puts it next to the card. He's kind of, it's like, I think this is the same. You see this? And he kind of points the ring at everybody so they can see as well.
What is that?
Looks like a sigil for House Polarius. I think she might have been trying
Oh.
to. Maybe they're they're.
She
part
has
of this.
that connected to the zombies. And she did say, didn't we
Yeah.
learn something
Yeah, we
about
did.
the
We did. There
the
was.
zombies being done by one of the houses?
I think we
So it
found the
sounds like-
ring. The ring. I think we found that ring in the bodies decaying.
Oh, but
with
that
the
was
zombies.
of one of the zombies. So that
Uh-huh.
doesn't necessarily mean that that's the house responsible for the zombies.
Pretty good
That's
lead,
just
though.
the house that the zombies were made
Yeah,
of.
but they might know something if they have a missing family member killed by zombies
Killed by Wait. Killed
or turned
by
into a zombie.
Zombie-ification? Okay. Anyways.
World War
We-
Z.
Do we know if there's any level of affiliation between Creevy, the officials, and House Polarius that we could tell?
Nothing that you'd be able to connect.
Okay.
It is, from Mikhail's notes, it seems as though Creevy and Creevy's orc Sunder have been taking money on the side from someone, and Mikhail suspects that it's from a high house. She doesn't know which one, but it seems as though her first stop was to investigate House Polarius.
Yeah. I mean, should we follow up with House Polarius, or is like that too risky? Maybe we can get something out of Creevy for
have
the right
another
price.
lead. Well, but I don't know if it's a good idea to let him in, like to let him know that we're looking. I think the risk there is there might be some loyalty to whoever.
Sure, but I
who's
mean, maybe
working
his
for
loyalty is
already.
only coin, and if we say that we just wanna
Right,
know what
but
happened
do
to
we
Kid-
have enough coin to sway, like,
Not
to
really.
compete against a high house?
Um,
Like,
Listen.
if coin is all his loyalty is, I don't think that we can compete against. I mean, I don't really.
No, that's a good point.
I will be honest and say I do not understand money, but my understanding is that these high houses are like capital B big. So it feels like we probably can't compete in terms of like wealth, with what keeps being referred to as high houses. That feels like hand-in-hand definition of wealth. So
Well,
He's
I don't
completely right.
also,
It's-
like, if it's not just wealth, if it's like influence within this area, we also can't compete there. I don't know really
That's what I
we
was
would
gonna
have
say.
to offer
Yeah.
the corrupt officials that, like, if they're being paid off by a high house, I don't think we can compete, and I think
mean,
it would just tip them off.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like we also don't. If they have influence, we also do not have anything to offer them to go
Exactly,
to
that's what
Polaris.
I'm saying.
I know.
There's
To go to
there's
Polaris
no-
directly and confront them. We are nobody. We go to Polaris's house and confront a high house. I'm a street urchin. Like they're not gonna do
No,
anything.
agreed. I don't
I think that we should go
we're-
maybe sneak into a Polaris house or sneak around a Polaris house or find somebody who works for Polaris and maybe get some information out of them. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
I think that that's a good idea. I wonder. Yeah, I
'Cause
think
we
that's
can't-
a better
we
idea. I
cannot-
just think that going through Creevy is probably a bad.
I agree.
idea.
Let's not do that. We should just like, but we also can't go directly to Polaris. We're nobody. We can't confront a
I
high
agree.
house. Is there anything else in the bag, Hardtech?
That is for Tyler to say.
So the notes say that the signet ring, which Mikkel had procured on her own, is a ticket to a meeting with a high house. Like if you have the signet ring, you get a meeting. Like that's the whole thing.
Oh
it seems
my
like Mikkel was
God.
going to go under a false pretense and then just like
Yeah.
investigate.
I think that we can
Well, that's
do
only one of
exactly
us.
that.
Will the signet get all four of us in?
Probably.
But
Okay.
I
like-
think that we
like
need
you
to, if we
get
do
on-
that, I think we need to make a plan because historically, oftentimes, I will candidly say, I'm not the best at talking.
Okay.
But also,
you could turn
beyond
into an
that,
animal.
Sure, that's actually a great idea. I'll be an animal, like a little animal.
Just
Anyways,
so happens
but
to
I
be
think
a,
beyond that,
a
I think we need
tiefling
to
here that
really-
is good at talking.
that's great, and I think that you should probably be in charge of talking because you're the best at talking. That's true. Anyways, beyond that though, I think we need to be really cautious because we have a history of coming in hot, and I think that we need to not let these folks in on the fact that we're angry. I'm talking
Diedrich
to
takes
some
his
of you.
Diedrich takes his cloak and puts it like this, and it's like, time to break out. Sneaky.
I think we also might want to leave the cloak at home.
I am taking this cloak. This cloak does not
Okay,
leave
but
my
just
body.
Maybe I just think that we should probably play it cool and chill and not.
Diedrich is looking around
those things.
at the gang though, because I'm pretty sure Hardtech is still wearing a dirty ass t-shirt that says "I Love Sun Home." I'm in a cloak.
I'd say after our long rest, he changed out.
No,
of that.
don't take it off.
He's
Regular
back in his
stuff.
fine, his fine pirate clothing.
Diedrich, or Hardtech. I haven't said Diedrich. Hardtech, do you have anything I can wear? Can I like look like your son or like I don't know, pirate in training or something to get in?
Hardtack kind of sizes him up a little bit. And I think you'll need to do a little bit more lifting if you're going to fit into these. Young.
How dare you?
Oh, shit.
Unbelievable.
Well, what's our cover story to get into this party?
Like, I
Well,
have
aren't you
no
going to
idea
be
what
sneak-
to expect. Oh, I'll just be an animal. So that's
You're an
easy.
animal. Yeah, like you
I
turn
most
into.
certainly don't know how to fit into a party. I would like to turn into something small.
We pocket you. Turn into a tiny mole or something, and we put you in your pockets.
Yeah. Would you like
Or
to
hey,
have a
turn
little
into
pet mouse?
Hardtack's parrot.
That
So I have
feels
a-
like a lot.
All right.
Do you think pirates
think
would
it's
be
funny.
welcome at this party? I'm genuinely asking because I don't have a really
Probably
good
not.
sense of this. But here's where I'm coming from. I just feel like we're infiltrating a group. We should understand the group. We should try to blend in and be cool and not come off as a band of
Sure.
well, we don't. We're a bit of a mashup. I love that about help.
Diedrich,
When-
what
do
does
we know
Diedrich
when this
know?
party is? Or when this
It's
thing
not
is?
a party. It's just
It's
like
just-
you
This
use
meeting.
a signet. You go in. Like basically, you go up to the front door. Someone's like, "What are you doing here?" And then you just show the signet, and they're like, "All right, go ahead."
What is okay? So, does Diedrich know anything as a Sunhome resident about Polaris that would help us in this situation, or just like any general information? Maybe a history check or something.
About what?
A history check or something.
About House Polarius?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could do a history check. What are you trying to figure out?
I want to know how much I know about the house or the people who run it or the people at the top.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You gotta roll a history.
Ooh, okay.
All right, so 6. The head of House Polarius
I'm gonna
is
use
a man named...
I'm gonna use a hero point. No,
Okay.
I'm not. No, I'm not. Never mind.
Why not, though?
Okay.
Just tell me.
So, you know that the head of House Polarius is a man named Harris. With a 6, that's basically all you got.
Do I know if he has family?
With a 6, you growing up on the street, all you know is like, oh, the head of House Polarius is this guy Harris.
Okay.
And you basically just know the heads of each house. Because you've never concerned yourself. It's never mattered to you what the politics of nobility are.
Okay, what if we go in under pretense? Juniper is an animal and is pocketed or in Raven's cloak, and we let Admiral Hardtack do all of the talking, and I will be sneaky and investigate once we're inside. And Raven maybe I don't know, acts like Hardtack's bodyguard or something. Like, what is our reason for going? We need a cover story.
I also feel like we need a reason my wolf would be with us. If not, I can leave my wolf with the gang, with the little kid. You know, I don't know if we're gonna be cool at rolling in with a wolf. I don't feel super great about that plan because I don't want to be without my wolf, but also like.
I mean, maybe if you're Hardtack's bodyguard, the wolf makes sense, right?
Do people around here often have bodyguards? This is a genuine Juniper's not from here question.
So, Creevy has a bodyguard.
Creevy Zori.
His orc Sunder is
Does
his
he have an
bodyguard.
animal?
Would people believe Raven to be a bodyguard?
Yeah, you're
What if we
intimidating
put
as
some,
hell.
like- What if we put some like big clothes under your clothes? Like, do we have extra layers to make you look beefy? Genuine.
I mean, you could. Yeah.
All right,
could
we
if you
have
wanted.
the beginning of a plan forming
That
here.
sounds like
Raven,
you're telling me it's a bad plan.
Raven-
but I sort of liked it.
it's a good plan.
Raven
is
do you want to look beefy?
Raven is this is the beginning of a plan. Raven is the bodyguard of Hardtack. So what is Hardtack's deal? If Hardtack's going to be doing the talking,
I'm an adventurer who's come across the sigil and thought I would come pay a visit.
Looking for work? Maybe.
I think I can be somewhat honest, right? Because, like, Hardtack, we've come across the sigil on a body of a zombie.
Wait a second. Wait a second. No, Hardtack, you act like you're trying to be in on it. You're from a faraway land. You are an adventurer who's looking for money and money only. That's all you care about as a pirate, and you want in on the money. This is who's making the money theoretically, right? Like you hear a rumor.
We're not sure that they're directly involved as a cause, right? They might.
But
be
that's how we
involved.
find out, Hardtack. You get that information out of them or not.
Right, but would if we're using this theory, right, of like wants to be a part of the money, how would only having the ring, how would that link anything to anything? Like,
we
we're
could
not
say
supposed to know
somebody
anything.
gave you the ring. Somebody gave you the ring on the street. What was the guy's name who hired us to go on that adventure on a boat? The one that said you had a crew. Or even the Underguild. We could say that the Underguild had a ring and sent,
I think we should be cautious of implicating other innocent people.
Good point, but I mean, if we fucking do it from Creevy, it's definitely not an innocent person.
Do you think you could lie to them, Hardtack?
Yeah.
I'm good at lying, but to just
great
recap
news.
how we know Polarius is involved.
Creevy.
Thinking
I
back
don't-
to what everything that Mikhail
That's the
was
thing.
doing.
I don't think we do know. I think that right?
No,
We do know.
No, this is the only
They're
lead
related to the
Mikhail had
zombies, but we don't know that
before.
they're-
This is the only lead Mikhail had before she was turned to stone. If it's not them, we will find out because Hardtack will get turned down.
So, Tyler,
Like we have to
keep
go
us honest
find
here.
out.
We saw a house sigil on one of the zombies that we fought whenever who was it, the Guardian? Was
Right.
that the Polarius sigil?
That was
That
the
is
hilarious
so. That is what's linking us here.
Yes.
But it's a
and
zombie,
the ring.
so-
We found the ring too.
Right. So
Well,
we
you
can
did
come
Either
find
in.
the
that
ring.
house.
Juniper,
Right.
what is the deal with not you want Polaris to be innocent? I don't understand. I mean, even if they are
I don't wanna
innocent, don't we
hurt-
deserve to find out if they are?
Look at everything that we've done in the brief time that we've known each other. Think about how many innocent people have been harmed because of things that we have thought of as minor, small parts of our life or our actions. I don't want to continue doing that.
Well, we're not. Then we sit here and do nothing.
I'm not saying that we sit here and do nothing, but I'm saying that like it's not I don't think it's reasonable to come in and just assume that these people are hurting everybody and retaliate.
Do you want to
instantly.
know
saying
if
that we have
I'm
to be
not saying
cautious.
retaliate? Nobody's gonna.
Our
We're not gonna
tac-
go kill Harris. That's
I
not
don't
what
know
I'm
why you're
saying.
yelling
uses
at me.
thaumaturgy
Juniper
to
leaves.
like rumble the ground
Okay.
and try to like get people to calm. I say like Hardtack
Juniper
just settles
runs outside and
says,
is up in a tree instantly.
That happens.
Hardtack just says, "We don't know if they are perpetrators or victims here, but what we do know is they likely have some form of information about what is going on. Do they know somebody was missing and turned into a zombie? We found them. We can bring that information, and they will be grateful that we tell them we found this person. We found this ring. It doesn't have to have been from Mikhail. I'm assuming, Tyler, it's not unique, right? Every
Right. Yeah.
ring looks the
standard
same.
Sigil signet ring. Yeah.
Right. So I found this ring. I found many rings in my day. I found this ring. I wanted to come and bring it back. I wanted to come say, "Oh, I've seen this sigil before as well," and I thought I would come and say hi
But how are
because
you?
I found it by this zombie that I killed and came across.
Will you be
in my
able to
adventure.
tell if they're involved? I mean, they could feign, worry about the person that died, and that would be the end of it. How are you going to find out if they are innocent or not? I think you should pitch yourself as somebody who wants to be involved.
We'll see what information they come out with, and then we'll determine in that moment how.
I really think you should go in as bait and see if they take it.
So I will say that as Juniper runs out to go run up a tree, Juniper, you walk by the open door to your quarters where the bard was telling everyone, and that little boy, he's standing with his back to the door, and he says, "What, are we gonna trust these people? They don't know what they're doing. One of them, what does she turn into animals or something like that? That's so lame. I could turn into an animal if I tried hard enough." And then and he pauses as everyone's looking at you standing in the open doorway, and he's like, "She's right behind me, isn't she?" And he turns around, and the bard is like, "Steven, I swear to God, boy, if you keep doing this, you're gonna get yourself into real trouble." And he just shepherds the boy off into the corner, and he's like, "Sorry," and he just closes the door, and you climb up a tree.
Perfect.
I love it.
So the plan is to go to House Polarius then, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, so the
And
plan.
we have our options depending on what information they
Yeah.
get and what sort of feeling we get, because I'm not going to go in just offering myself to
All
become
right.
ingrained in this thing when there are people
I
that
think
are
we should
already
trust,
suspicious
like
that
Hardtack's like charisma
Yeah,
and
yeah.
savviness. Like
You're
I
right.
think like Hardtack, you've proven to all of us time and time again that you're really good at talking to people and like adapting to what the situation holds. I think like the best thing that we can do as party members is maybe just like let you lead us in this situation and see what happens.
All right, I
Okay.
agree with that. I think I want to be clear though that my intention when we get into the house is to sneak off while Hardtack does the talking. Is that not something you guys want me to do? Because I want to investigate the house and overhear and sneak around while Hardtack is being the distraction and potentially getting some information out of them. Is that not something you want me to do? That's my plan. So I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page.
yeah, your cover is that you're just some street rat who decided to sneak into House Polarius.
Right. Okay. So that we're
Okay.
okay with that plan? I just want to make sure before I go in there and do it. Okay.
Okay. So
Before,
you...
really quick before we leave,
Yes.
Diedrich wants to go to Juniper and just kind of like Diedrich just sits down, crisscross applesauce, under the tree that Juniper's in, just says, "I'm sorry. I trust you. I'm just sad and emotional and I don't know, young, I guess. I'm just naive, and I trust you, and I'm sorry.
At the word naive, Juniper does the like.
Look who's
Kinda
talking,
quietly.
Juniper.
Nice.
Okay.
That's
Nice.
it. That's all they say.
Okay.
All right. So
But then she also hops out of the tree and follows everybody.
okay. So you all get out of the well, Juniper gets out of the tree. You all
get in the tree with me and then out of the tree with
leave
me
the
and we
tree,
hold
yeah.
hands.
Yeah. And
Group hug.
you walk past the orchard ward, which is a very smelly ward, and you get to House Polarius, which is in the southeast part of the map. I'll just bring you to that map. House Polarius is
Oh
a
my god.
Yikes.
dank, dark-looking
The hell?
house.
Juniper says, yikes.
You knock on the door. The door opens, and there is your standard big, well-built guard, and he's got a spear, and he says, "Business."
I
Wait,
just
really
hold up
quick
the ring.
before, I'm so
Oh
sorry.
yeah. Go ahead.
While we're on our way close to the house, can
Yeah.
Juniper take a look around to see if they notice any like small animals that would be like in this part of the
Oh
world?
yeah,
Like
absolutely.
real small.
Real small. So like
Squirrel.
chipmunks.
I mean, not like like chipmunk size. Not
Yeah,
like I
they're-
don't want to
yeah,
turn into a
they're-
spider
yeah.
and get smooshed.
No.
Anyways,
Well, yeah, no. I mean, there are like spiders are pretty common. There's like little crawling insects. There are little rats. There are mice.
You could turn
Chipmunks,
into Penelope.
like small things. Those are.
What about my snail?
I'd like to be able to move
Snails
though.
move
is the
quite
thing.
slowly,
I think
yeah.
snail's gonna be difficult. I think I'd like to turn into like before we open the door. I think I'd like to turn into a little chipmunk because we see some around here. Is that okay? Is that like? Do we need to think hard about this? I
Yeah,
think that means
Juniper-
that happens.
I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah, Juniper just drops, and a little chipmunk just like cheep
Perfect.
cheep.
And then I guess I think Juniper's just gonna like follow like what she wants to play happen is that she like sneaks in the door with these people.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
can
on-
I
on
take
the
a
way
look
there-
like around to see if anybody's following us?
yeah, roll me perception.
That's what I thought Juniper was doing.
Oh
Right.
yeah. So you see something just as you turn around. You see the tail end of a coat go into an alleyway.
Sick.
Do you communicate this, or do we like who else notices?
I think Raven had to tell us.
Just Raven does, but Raven
Yeah.
can tell you all if you want.
You tell
I'm
us,
gonna
I
say
Raven.
think we
this
should
was-
have a code word that I can
Bagels.
relay to you.
Bagels.
That there is bagels.
Bagels.
Bagels? Okay, nice.
We agree upon we just
Bagels.
Okay.
Just
Bagels.
I would really like
Not
some
like a
bagels after this.
phrase. Perfect, thank you.
Okay.
I'd really like
So,
some
Raven's-
bagels right
yeah.
now. It's a
So Raven
great
says that.
code word phrase.
All right. I think Hardtack has Squiffy kind of fly up over towards where that person disappeared, invisible, of course, to go kind of get on a perch and see if we can see who that was.
Oh, the cloak guy?
Correct.
So Squiffy turns invisible, and I will say that Hardtack, if Squiffy's within 30 feet of you, you can give telepathic commands to Squiffy.
Perfect.
That's
Yes.
just how Find Familiar works.
Great.
And so Squiffy just vanishes and flies, and I will say Squiffy can't communicate with you.
Right.
So yeah, Squiffy just flies back into that alleyway, and then flies back onto your shoulder.
Got it. Cool. Squiffy knows.
Success.
So Squiffy definitely,
Squiffy knows.
knows.
Squiffy knows.
yeah.
All right, so we head inside.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you open the door. There's a guard, and he says, "Business." And as that happens, Juniper, you just scurry in.
I just Hardtack says, "Well, I found this ring and wanted to see if I could bring it back to its owner."
So the guard The guard nods, holds out his hand for the ring, and opens the door.
So I guess I'll drop the ring and
Yeah.
continue through.
Yeah. So you head in. The four of you head in. First, the inside of this house is... You get the feeling that the vast majority of this house is this grand hallway. And that there are a bunch of side rooms, and then there's stairs that go upstairs. But there's a huge hallway, and at the very end of the hallway is an incredibly old-looking human man. Just incredibly old. He's got this long white hair, a long beard that is trimmed, but everything is very white. His eyes are full of cataracts. He doesn't even acknowledge you as you get closer. A servant announces you. He says, Who are you? Who am I announcing you as?
Admiral Hardtack.
Your lordship, Admiral Hardtack, and company. And you walk right up. His chair is about 6 steps higher than the ground. There's a big, long red carpet, and his hands, very decrepit, are just hanging over the arms of his chair as he's just looking down.
Are the doorways on the off of this grand room, are they doorways or are they shut doors? Like what
They're
are
doors.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if Teacher wants to sneak off yet. Okay, let's see what the man has to say.
I will say that there are a couple of, like,
Right.
It's not an empty place.
Right.
There are servants milling about.
Yeah.
There are guards.
Okay.
So go ahead, Hardtack.
Yep. It's well, my how should I refer to you, Lord, Sir? What would you like?
So the old man, Lord Harris Polarius, he doesn't even seem to. He just kind of like his head just inclines slightly upward and then back down, and you wait for a long, like 2 minutes.
Oh
I'll
my
say,
god.
2.5 minutes. And you hear from behind you, you don't have to address him as anything. You can speak to me.
Oh,
And
fuck.
you turn around, and there is a younger man standing behind you. He's a human. And he says,
Oh, he looks like a
I'm
fuck boy.
I am Ludwig Polarius. It's nice to meet you. Is it Admiral Hardtack?
Yes, thank you. Great to meet you as well. How are you? Are you his son? His ward?
I am indeed. My father, Lord Harris Polarius. He's a great man. What can I do?
He seems
for
to
you?
have lived a great life. How old is your father?
94 years old, as the
Why?
crow flies.
Oh, by golly! I hope I ever reach that age. But hopefully the years are good to me. Well, I
hope
wanted
so.
to. Yes, let's hope so. Well, thank you so much for welcoming us in. I appreciate it. I came across that ring in my adventures and felt the need to bring it back. I noticed the sigil and matched it up as I came into Sunhome.
Did ya? Well, can't imagine where you would have gotten a ring of ours outside of the city.
Well, I'm sure people in the city travel outside of it, don't you think? I've run into many people in my day, many people with goods that might not have been, how do you say this, procured within the means of legality, I guess. But I don't remember how I got it, to be honest. But I did get it and I wanted to bring it back. I have no use.
So he says, well, I thank you for returning our family signet ring. You know, this thing, it's not really used for much outside of just meetings. The monotony of noble politics and such. It's not really for me. You
I
know?
agree. I've been tied in with some politics and politicians. try to avoid it as best as I can, but I can't help but I kind of peruse my mind, looking a bit older than I am. I feel like I've seen this particular sigil before. Where was it? At some point in my adventure, where? Who has your? Do you have clothing with your sigil on it? Who all wears your sigil? Only members of your house?
So he moves his lapel a little bit, and you see that the Polaris sigil is on his shirt, on his jacket. And he says, "Yeah, of course. The noble members of our family all wear this." And he points to Harris, and who also, but it's much bigger on him. He's wearing a giant coat. It's huge Polaris sigil on the coat. And he says, "We all wear it. Well, of course, it's just the two of us."
So none of your guards or your servants or those in your employ, they don't seem to wear your sigil either. Just only the nobles.
He says, "Yes."
Quite interesting.
I have to ask why, though.
Well, I could have sworn I saw it in my adventures. I think me and my crew, we were ambushed or attacked. It feels like so long ago, but I can't help but remember that one of those things, I think I saw my sigil. Or, I'm sorry, your sigil.
So he looks up at you, and he squints for a second. While that's happening, Juniper, you're running around as a chipmunk. Where are you
Yeah, I
running?
am. I'd like to kind of like well, I guess let's do a little tour. I think main goal, Juniper wants to keep an eye on all of her friends because I do not trust that this is going to go well. But also I think Juniper wants to see, like, if possible, if she can do like a quick run around all the hallways and just see if there are other rooms with people in them. That'd be cool.
Sure. Yeah, so you run around. A lot of the rooms are servants' quarters, kitchens, things to help prepare food, things to help prepare things. But you get to one room that's locked. And it's the only room that's locked securely. There are little locks on the doors, but there's a gap beneath most of the doors that you can slide under and just poke your little chipmunk head through. But with
I cannot fit
this
under
door,
this gap.
this door is full floor to ceiling sealed with a very fancy looking lock.
Is
on
this
it.
in the hallway? Like, we can all see this room, right? Like, it's not like off of something or in another room. It is in this giant hallway.
It seems to be behind, like in the very back.
Okay.
Like behind even the chair that Harris is in.
Right. Okay.
But like other people, if y'all went to this door, they would see
They
you.
would see
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Juniper, roll me a stealth real quick.
Okay.
Oh no, not good. Wait,
You're
do I
gonna
have?
get
do I have the
advantage
same-
because you're a tiny little chipmunk.
Okay, so just advantage. Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Jesus.
Yeah. You managed to like that scene in Ratatouille when he's just like dodging and all
Yeah.
these feet and shit. That's what you're doing.
Sick.
Yeah. So at this point, we cut back to the three of you, and Ludwig, he snaps his fingers a few times. All the servants stop what they're doing, and he says, Go do something else somewhere." And the servants all bow, and they slowly back out of the room. And Ludwig, he takes a step towards you, hardtack, and he says, "When I was a boy, my father had me work in a kitchen, learn how things are made, build some character. And one day I come in, and the chef's assistant is gone. And I ask the chef, where did your assistant go? He says, well, he ruined the soup. And I say, well, what do you mean he ruined the soup? It's an excuse to be gone. The chef says, all kinds of things are at the bottom of the pot. That's where they want to be. And when you stir this pot, all the things that are on the bottom, they come to the surface, and the soup is ruined. The boy had to go. He ruined the soup. Now, I'm not one for cooking.
Nor am I. I'm one for eating and drinking.
I'm more of a practical man myself. I think you might need to leave.
Diedrich pulls on Hardtack's shirt, acting very boyish, as much as boyish as possible. Papa, I really gotta go to the bathroom. Sir, is there a bathroom I could use? Please, I'll be so quick. I really gotta go.
Roll me a deception,
Okay.
Diedrich.
I'm sorry, it took me a second to find it. 16?
16. So, Ludwig, he snaps his fingers. A servant comes up. He says, escort this young man to the bathroom. And then escort him back.
Okay.
So,
It's fine.
servant says, right this way, sir! And he takes you off to the side where there is an outhouse. A little corridor that leads out to the outhouse.
Outside, though?
It's a small hallway, just a little offshoot.
Look, okay.
It's about a 10-foot long hall.
Okay, do you want to cut back, or can I keep doing stuff?
We'll cut to you in a second.
Okay.
But yeah, and so Ludwig says to you, Admiral Hardtack. And he looks over your shoulder at Raven and Raven's wolf. And then he looks over at Diedrich. And he gives you all a very long look as though he's memorizing your faces.
Fuck.
And he says, very good.
Well, you talked about soup and how the things in the bottom of the soup pot can ruin the soup. I've spent a lot of time on a ship myself, and usually in the lowest deck is where you store the cargo. The most valuable goods. Usually the stuff at the bottom is worth quite a deal of money. Is the stuff at the bottom of your pot, the soup that I'm stirring, could it be worth anything to you? To either be known or left unknown?
So
And he just kind of smiles and kind of looks at him, not necessarily revealing that he knows anything.
Yeah.
But revealing that he's picking up the analogy.
Not revealing that he doesn't not
So-
know, not nothing, not.
So Ludwig, he gives a slow nod and he cracks a grin, and you notice that the way he smiles, he more like bares his teeth. It's more of like a predator showing its fangs than an actual smile. And he says, oh yes, there are things. Well, someone in a precarious position, they might do anything. You never want to attack an animal when it's cornered.
Convince the penguin you want to join him so he doesn't fucking kick his ass.
And, Diedrich, we'll cut to you.
I'm freaking out. Diedrich. Outhouse. Okay, Diedrich wants to cast... Oh, fuck. Better work. Diedrich wants to cast Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy?
That one.
I don't know what the spell is, but I know how to cast it.
I know how to cast it. And I'm going to make a sound that sounds like Harris, the old man, behind the outhouse.
Do you know what Harris sounds like?
He talked, didn't he? Didn't he say? No, he didn't say anything. All right. Sounds like homeboy.
Ludwig?
Ludwig. Yeah. Fucking vampire name ass motherfucker. Yeah.
The guy who.
Yes, Ludwig.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's in the room?
Yeah. I want him to say like, "Get over here," but behind the outhouse.
So as though Ludwig is outside of the house now?
Behind the outhouse. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna say that while you can definitely do that, that is gonna be a very tough sell. Because he, like, there's no other point of egress outside of where you are. It's basically like one hallway outhouse.
Y'all just walked away, right?
Okay. What if?
You just walked away.
What if instead he casts his thaumaturgy and makes the harmless tremors that I can do, and makes the door of the outhouse fly open, and like I want it to seem like real spooky and maybe intimidate / scare homeboy. Trying to get him to like run away or like go check it out, like getting away from me.
Okay. So you cast thaumaturgy.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to roll me a, let's say deception. Yeah, let's say deception.
Jesus Christ!
Okay. So that's a crit fail. So yeah,
Oh,
the door opens and shuts, and the guard is like, "Well, that's weird." And he says, "I hope you don't shit on a ghost, little man." And he like offers you the outhouse. He says, "I'll be right here when you are done."
Sounds
And he
old.
just gives a bow. "I'm not old, I'm eccentric." And he just gives a bow.
When Deidre goes into the outhouse, can I try to stealthily reopen the door and sneak
Just,
out?
like, peek out.
Yeah, well, I want to sneak
Um,
out without him noticing, like, because it's back to the outhouse at least.
Yeah. All right, roll me stealth.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Oh, let's go! Let's
Hell
go! He has no
Yeah, so
idea.
you-
I'm pooping in there.
So you slowly like slide out of the outhouse.
You should have left and cast your spell to make poop noises.
That's a great. I can still cast it. I'll have you know I can still cast it. I can cast it 3 times.
You don't have to.
I
think you don't
can.
need it.
I'm gonna.
You don't need it.
All right.
So you walk out and you sneak away from the outhouse, and you see that servant is just like, waiting for this man to poop. And so you,
How eccentric.
yeah, he's a very eccentric servant, and you walk out, and you. So I
mean,
will say
he's
again,
facing
like,
the
it's a
door.
hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's facing the point where you came from.
What if I climb in a window? Second story work, bestie.
So you could possibly climb out a window, but then you'll be outside.
No, climb. Oh, climb in a window. The outhouse I assumed was outside.
It's an
Yes.
inside out house classic.
So it's
Yeah,
outside.
it's
So
a-
he. Okay.
yeah.
So outhouse.
You
He
could
has his back
potentially
to
climb
it.
through a window.
So I'm gonna run back up to the house, and because I don't want to go in the door I just came out of because he's facing it, right?
Right.
So I want to climb a different side of the house and into a window.
Okay.
Okay,
That's fine. Diedrich, I want you to roll me a perception check.
you got it.
Oh no.
Oh, I see
Oh,
fucking nothing. I see
no.
nothing.
Okay.
No clue.
So you climb up a window, and
Oh my
as
god.
that's happening,
Yeah.
we cut back to Hardtack and Raven. And at this point, Juniper, you've made a full circle, and you actually see outside of a window, Diedrich is just hanging there, looking in to this great hall.
He's mouthing.
As a
I
chipmunk,
could go
Jennifer
for a
shakes their
bagel.
head.
Hardtack, Ludwig, he says to you, "I think this meeting is adjourned, don't you?"
I think we both have something to gain from this. Let's get creative. I think a further conversation might be needed to potentially save us both from some harm, don't you think?
Roll me a persuasion, Hardtack. right, so 15. Ooh, wow.
Beats it.
Me first or
So-
them first?
Yeah.
So he skill checks are a little different, especially in things like this. So he eyes you warily, and
Artak cuts in. How about a drink? Do you like to drink?
he says, "I do, but only
I too.
the finest of wines."
Ah. I've drinking the finest of wines and the shittiest of ales, my friend. I'm fine either way.
Come on.
And he laughs, and he calls over one of the servants. He says, "Wine." And he looks over at Raven, and he holds up 3 fingers. He says, "Wine." Servant comes over with three goblets. Ludwig takes one. The servant offers a tray to Hardtack, and then to Raven.
Let's not poison the party. Anyway, sorry.
I'm sure you're accustomed with the trying to find words is so hard at this age. The ritual of drinking, aren't you? The host imbibes first, and then the guests follow. Yeah.
So Ludwig, he turns his head so you can see him drinking, and he drains his cup, puts it back on the tray.
Hardtack takes a gentle sip to taste. This isn't the first time Hardtack is drinking wine before. He knows how to enjoy it, how to take his time.
Yeah.
Does a little.
So you-
Does he do the like pretentious?
He like
Take a
swirls it and
sniff.
sniffs
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
He's like, "Ah."
You,
Yeah.
Wait,
The, like,
spit
yeah.
it on the
The
ground
bubbling,
and do
yeah.
looking for
Yeah,
a spit
yeah,
bucket.
Talk about tannins and shit, yeah.
But Noki afterbirth.
Notes of chocolate and
The legs on this
Caterpillars.
one.
the
Yeah.
legs.
Yeah.
the legs!
That's a real thing. That's a wine thing. I learned it. Fun fact.
Yeah.
It's the
How it runs
with
down the
when
glass.
exactly. We got there. But
Yeah. Raven,
Shark
he
fin.
looks at you as well.
I think Raven would like tip the glass back, but have her lips like closed.
Oh,
So,
stage
like-
sips? Yeah.
Yeah, stage
Stage
sips,
sip?
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So you take a stage sip, and you're just like, And, so Hardtack, first of all, this is the best wine you've ever had in your life.
Absolutely.
Or maybe like top five wines. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know your history, but top 5 wines.
It's the best I've had in this continent.
Definitely in recent memory. Yeah,
Right. Yes.
yeah. And Ludwig, he snaps his fingers. Servant brings over 3 more goblets, and he says, "I guess maybe we could be in business. Why don't we meet up tomorrow?"
Well, I would not be against such a meeting, but I would like to know. You said in business. What business are we discussing?
So at that, he smiles, that baring his teeth again. He says, "You'll find out soon."
Oh my god. This guy's
Yeah,
so
that sounds-
this guy's so
That
stressful.
sounds awfully ominous.
Yeah,
At
Ludwig
this
is.
point, we cut to Diedrich. Diedrich, you're hanging on to the edge of this window, and you stare in. You see everyone talking. Harris is just sitting there staring at the floor, and then there's a little chipmunk at his feet looking up at you, and then it shakes its head.
Okay. So again, the house is just one big room with
One
offshoots.
hallway. There is a second story that, if you want, you can.
That's where I'm
possibly-
going. Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's where I'm going, and I want to try to use thieves' tools if the window is locked. Like I
Okay,
want to get in
yeah,
without
roll-
making
roll
a
me thieves'
sound.
tools.
Okay. I think I just click it.
Yeah, you click it, and then dexterity is going to be the ability that you use.
Oh, did I get a pop? Yep, I did get a pop up. Sorry. Okay.
You're good.
Here we go.
Ooh,
Nice.
yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
you pop the lock, you come in. seems as though you're in a very lavishly decorated room. There is a desk. There is the desk is made out of this beautiful carved wood. It seems like there's gold inlaid into the wood. There is a huge fireplace about 4 feet from it. Embers just burning. And there's a beautiful chair as well.
Right. I'd like to go through the desk. Are there any picture frames on the wall?
Oh yeah. There's a big portrait of Ludwig Polarius standing with like a dead lion at his feet.
Are any of them
He's
askew?
standing like this. No, it seems as though everything here is meticulously in place.
Okay.
Even the pencil, the quills are all lined up in specific orders and specific spots on the desk.
Okay, yeah, I want to go through the desk.
Okay, you open a drawer. Roll me an investigate.
Nope.
Okay, so
Can
that's
I use a
4.
hero point to reroll that?
Yeah, of course.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
That's better. That's better.
Nice.
So there is. So most of it looks like papers, or they're papers, official documents, things that like work orders, things like that. But you press into the drawer and you detect a false
Hidden bottom. Let's go. Okay.
And you open it. There's a small square tile with a little rune on the tile.
I pocket that.
Okay.
I want to put everything back exactly how I fucking found it.
All right.
I just want that to be like a. Okay.
Yeah, I want you to roll me. So, because it is so meticulous, I want you
Mhm.
to roll me an intelligence save
Oh boy.
to see if you remember
Oh
the
no.
exact order.
Don't fear, besties. That was the thing that I upped, so it's no longer
Nice.
a negative.
Oh,
It is
God.
a 0.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Let's go.
Team!
I'm
Yeah.
growing up.
Great job.
You boys
Yeah.
growing
Diedrich's a
up.
fucking genius now.
Yeah, we see the Zach Galifianakis hangover map
Yes.
floating around Diedrich as he's like, okay, all right, this goes here, this goes here. And you slowly put the drawer in, you move, the quill back to where you found it, and you sneak out and you close the window behind you.
Okay. Is there any way I could get into that room that's sealed?
Wait, you don't know about this, I don't think, right?
We all were all in that hallway. We all saw the one door
It was
that's bad.
behind. It was
Oh, I
behind
don't
the
think we
throne,
did.
behind
Okay,
the chair. Yeah.
Okay.
But I do have well, you go ahead, sorry.
No.
Sorry.
We're good. I climb out the window.
That's fine. Juniper,
Yes.
you are.
How are we on time? What?
Yeah.
Like time as far as this session goes?
No, time of
Or-
I'm a chipmunk still, no?
Oh yeah. It's been about half an hour.
Okay, perfect. Great. Great.
And Juniper, you look out one of these windows. As you saw Diedrich climb up, you looked further out from behind the window, and unbeknownst to Diedrich, with that 9 perception,
Oh fuck.
you see Creevy and Sunder just standing in an alleyway looking at Diedrich.
Oh
Oh god.
Can I run up? I see Diedrich continue to climb up, right?
Yes,
Like I know.
yeah.
Okay, can I run up and try to meet Diedrich in that room before I know like you mentioned climbing out the window, but can I meet you in that room? Like can I meet Diedrich in that room before he climbs out the window?
Definitely not before, because you need to exit the house, climb up the wall,
Can't I
and then,
just go upstairs from inside?
roll me perception check. And see
I'm
if
a
you
little
can...
chipmunk.
You are a little chipmunk.
Just a little chip? Perception?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, just to see if you can find the staircase in time.
I mean, you can meet me outside.
So
You can
that's a
still
9.
meet me outside, Juniper.
I'll say that you run up to the room just as you see Diedrich close the window. Behind
Okay. If I'm like scratching at the window, are you gonna hear that?
you. You're not sure.
Or it's too late. I'm gonna do a scratch at the window.
Okay. All right, Diedrich, I need you to roll me a perception to see if you.
Those
If
have
you're
not been notoriously what.
So that's a crit fail.
Great. Amazing.
Yeah. So we just see Juniper as a little chipmunk being like.
Yeah.
And Diedrich's just like, yeah, nailed it. Sneaky, stealthy,
Super
climbing
sneaky.
down.
The cape.
Yeah.
The cape is billowing.
Yeah, the cape is,
Can't hear me because
billowing.
yeah,
That's why I can't hear it.
it.
It's just like a little chipmunk. She's like,
Oh my god. Okay.
we cut back to Hardtack and Raven, and
Twirling the wine again. I'm just,
yeah, just swirl. And they're just having a grand old time, just drinking and
yeah.
yeah.
Just
Raven,
where did you get this from? Oh, it's the best I've
says,
had in Sunhome.
I had it imported, Eastern Continent.
Oh, which
It's
one?
pretty good.
Come up with the name, Tyler.
Beantis.
Aeontis. Oh,
Yeah.
it's probably been a good 30, 40 years since I've been in Beantis. Oh. But wonderful wine there. It's probably the second
Yes.
best I've had in the world.
Well, the Republic of Tho is known for its exquisite reds and its deep-set whites, and even dare I say it, a rosé.
Ah, the rosé. It's very good there.
He peers over to Raven, and he says, I notice your glass is, it's quite full.
I don't particularly care to drink. Thank you.
Refusing a noble's gift in his own home.
Respectfully, sir, I'm here to do a job, and my job is to protect this man. With all
I
due
came
respect.
I came across
would
this
not
wonderful guard whilst adventuring through the forest at one point, and you know, they're not from here and they're not from around here. I'm not sure they've encountered the noble houses or anything of that sort. So I apologize on behalf, but again, I can't control what my guards like to do. I try to keep a good relationship.
His eyes flicker to the wolf, and then back to Raven, and then back to you, Hardtack. He says, well, we all have our interesting characters.
Very true.
And he takes the bottle from the tray, which is a fresh one, it's still corked, and he gives it to you. He says, come back tomorrow.
Oh, do I need another signet ring, or is this bottle good enough to come back?
He says,
Because I can't guarantee I'll have the bottle by tomorrow if I take it back to where we're staying.
he says, don't you worry about it. I'll know who you are.
He's gonna kill us. Do you think Ludwig and the orc have a thing? I feel
We
like
cut
Ludwig
back.
and the orc are like.
We cut back to Diedrich, who you land.
Can
And
Jay
you-
like head in that direction? By the
Yeah,
way,
absolutely.
like,
Yeah.
Am
going
Going to the
I?
downstairs
outhouse?
and outside.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Yeah.
creepy.
So like
out
wherever I
here.
assume the outside of where that window is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You get to Diedrich just as he lands.
Oh, perfect.
Oh no, it's creepy
I'll
out
say
here.
that you have about 10 minutes left in your wild shape form.
Yeah, I
unless you
figured we're
run
running
another
up,
one.
and I also figured I don't know if we're at the I doubt I'm in like you tell me what's going on.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it just us two?
It's just the two of you out there. The guard is actually there, and he's just like, taking a long time in there. Guess he had a big breakfast.
You drank a lot of that morning juice. What's it called?
Yeah. It's like, a lot of hot morning juice for that boy. I
Oh,
understand. I've had the runs.
Oh
Alright.
my god.
Yeah, just
Can
save
Jay
me from myself.
see-
What are you doing?
No, let's hear it. More run talk.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I'm giving you. What is it- what are you doing?
Diedrich definitely cast thaumaturgy to make a poop sound in there.
Yeah, you just hear. coming
Just
from the-
liquid. Just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
just.
no.
I think it bought me some more time. Okay.
Can Jay see? Oh man, what's
Yeah,
that guy's name?
Do we see Creevy and the orc?
Creevy. Does Jay see Creevy? Because like now
Jay-
Jay knows that they're there, right? So
You
she
know where they
they're
are.
looking.
Diedrich, you still haven't seen them.
Right. And I'm still a chipmunk, so we're not communicating yet. But I'm
No.
just
Right.
there. You probably don't even see me yet because I'm just a little baby chipmunk. But I
Unless
want
you want to
to
make
know.
your presence known to Diedrich, you can like run in a circle and like grab his attention.
Yeah, I'll do that. Sure. I'm gonna run in a circle, but then I'm gonna look for Creevy.
Hi,
like,
bestie.
point.
Yeah, you run in a
Tail up.
circle. Diedrich, you bend over. You see Juniper. You squat down.
I picked Juniper up.
Okay. Yeah, you got a little chipmunk in your hand.
What's up, bud?
Juniper, what are you doing?
Juniper is going
Mime
to
it.
I'm assuming that you're
Mime
gonna
it.
keep your hand
Yes.
straight,
Yes.
flat.
Level?
Juniper is
Yeah.
gonna turn in whatever direction they need to turn to look for where they probably saw Creevy and the guy.
You see Creevy and Sunder are still there.
Okay. Juniper's gonna squeak and do like a small bite, a little chipmunk bite,
Okay.
and keep
Yeah,
looking
that
in one
happens.
direction.
Yeah, Diedrich, you see Juniper bites her hand and pointedly looks in a direction toward one of the alleyways.
Diedrich looks.
You look and you see Constable Creevy and Sunder looking straight at you. And from there we cut to Hardtack and Raven. I'm assuming that the two of you are you leaving now?
About to. I'm trying to offer to pay for the bottle of wine that he gave because I know it's worth. Because that's all I know to do.
Yeah, Ludwig, he says, "I don't want your money." He says, "Consider it a token of my gratitude for sending back the signet ring. Much obliged, Admiral Hardtack."
I give a little bow, say, "Much appreciated. I'll consider
And you
this.
leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I leave.
Okay.
Consider this until tomorrow."
Nice.
I mean, do I need to go back inside to leave together, or is he gonna start wondering where the
Do you need to
poopin'
sneak
boy
back
is?
into
Yeah, I think
the
I
out-
do.
the house?
well, I'll say that.
Is it like he's gonna let you leave without me? I don't know.
You, Hardtack, you exit. Raven, you exit.
Jay is gonna
And-
stay outside and hopefully get to them still as a chipmunk. If not, like get to like a tree line or something as quickly as possible to get out of sight.
So, you hide in.
Assuming they see them like leaving.
Yeah, at this, Creevy and Sunder observe Hardtack and Raven leave, and that the big doors close behind you. You get just off the grounds when the two of them leave the alley and they approach. And he says,
Okay.
Creevy,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't have to cut to me yet. I do not want to meet them out front.
Okay, well, so they've seen you.
I know, but I want to go back in the house.
Okay, yeah. You go back in the house. The servant, he's like, "Huh, how did you get over there? All right, I guess I'll take you back inside." And
Wait, so is Ludwig still in this hallway?
no, he's gone about his business. But
Can
there are still like a ton of servants.
right.
and
I
people
know.
there.
Diedrich asked the servant, "Is Harris all right?"
He's very old.
Can
so
I
guess he's as all right as he can be.
I would like to pay my respects to Harris, and Diedrich starts to walk towards him.
He says, I don't know if I'm allowed to let you do that. I think I have to get you to leave."
It's okay. Listen, all I'm gonna do is pay my respects. He's a big deal in this family, and I've never gotten to meet him before. I'm just gonna go over and say thank you for the stuff. I'll be right back. You can see me from there. And keep walking.
I'm gonna come with you. Yeah, all right. He's going alongside you, but
Okay.
you get up to Harris.
Diedrich kneels
Just
before
very old.
Harris to try to get eyesight because he's looking down like this, right?
Yeah.
Diedrich kind of hunches to get line of sight with Harris. Can I do
Okay.
a insight investigation? Like, can he hear me?
You can roll an insight.
Okay.
Yeah, he seems very out of it.
He can't hear me.
You can't hear, see. He's just like existing
Okay.
in his own little vacuum.
Fuck. Diedrich says, blink once if you need help.
This is nothing. He's just a blank stare.
Do I see anything suspicious on his person?
I mean, he just seems like a very old man that's very out of it.
Can I use sleight of hand to check his pockets? sorry. I'm
you
so
will
sorry.
get caught.
He's around.
Everyone is around. There is no height. There is no sleight of hand check that you can make that is high enough to not get caught.
I'm just
this
imagining
group
if
has
this did
two
move
modes.
forward, just like Diedrich like going up, oh, thank you so much, like, oh, like
Yeah.
just like reaching into his pockets, like, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Like
Thank you
patting
so
him down.
much for that. Yeah. Oh my God. Pay your respects. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
While this is happening, Creevy.
Diedrich leaves. Like,
Okay.
I'll go meet them out.
So while that's happening, Creevy and Sunder approach the two of you and Chipmunk Juniper. And he says, "Your friend committed a violation just now. Gonna have
Wait.
to take you in."
Wait. First of all, where am I? Second of all,
You're talking to Harris.
where's our poorly drawn art?
I don't...
It's okay. It's okay.
Alright.
It's all right.
So, you're talking to Harris. Creevy, he says, "I'm gonna have to take you into the station."
Hey, who?
You and your whole crew of gremlin chasers. I don't know where the elf is, but when we find her, we'll take her in as well.
The elf's gonna hide a little bit.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What did you see? Who? What are your accusations? I just merely went in to pay my respects to the Hilarious house and drink some
The
fine
boy.
wine. The boy.
The tieflin boy. The
He
one
was-
in rags.
All
saw
I know
him.
is that he had to go shit really badly. He drinks a lot of the hot morning juice. Is it a crime to shit in this city?
He climbed a
I
window.
raised my voice a little bit.
You notice that the streets around you are deserted.
It's not loud enough for me to get, our Polarius guy to hear.
Well, I will say that at this point, Diedrich comes out of the house. And Diedrich, you hear Hardtack be like, "Is it a crime to shit in this city?" And
Unbelievable.
Diedrich comes out going like, when he hears that, going like this, like, whoa, do not go in that outhouse.
so, Creevy, he nods at Sunder, who draws that giant greatsword, and he says, "You wanna see where this goes?"
Ask you the same thing. I honestly have no idea. Will you at least tell us what we're charged with? For all I know, the boy went to the shit in the outhouse. And then I was drinking wine with Polarius. But what are your accusations? Voice them to us, will you?
So, Creevy takes a step forward, and you hear from behind you.
Sorry.
You're good.
Just learning.
Education.
I didn't know that would do something. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You
I do
hear
this,
from
like, once
behind
a
you
session.
a voice. And it says, "Creevy." And you turn around and Ludwig is standing there. And he says, "Don't worry about it." And Creevy says, "But sir," and Ludwig says, "I'm not going to say it a second time." And at that, Creevy just shuts his mouth, and he briskly turns and walks away. Sunder sheathes his sword, looking a bit disappointed. and
Tech does a
also
little
walks
bow
away.
as he's walking away. Just
Diedrich sticks his tongue out.
As he walks away, Ludwig, he does that smile again, very intently, and he notices. He looks at Diedrich,
Oh no.
and he looks at what's in your hand.
It's in my pocket. I wouldn't keep it in my hand.
There's a chipmunk in your hand.
Oh.
And he says, Oh, that's a pretty thing, isn't it?
Oh God.
And he closes the door.
Oh fuck.
And
I
with
got us
that-
all into some shit. No pun intended. Sorry.
And at that, we get back to where is your destination now? Are you going back to the guest ward? Back to the refugees?
I think we need a drink.
I would like to go back to Mikhail's
Okay.
to try to like look around a bit more
Regroup?
intently.
Mikhail's
Yeah,
office
that's fine.
or Mikhail's
Yeah.
house.
Yeah. So you get back to Mikhail's. As you're walking by, you hear a voice coming from your room as the door is open once more, and the refugees are just milling about the hallway because there's just not nearly enough room where you are. And you hear this little boy. He's like, what? What is he gonna sneak around? Is he gonna stab someone? What's he gonna do? He's got bones in his pocket. He's rattling. What are you talking? How is that stealthy? And then he pauses and he's like, yeah, he's right behind me, isn't he? And he turns around, and Diedrich, you're just standing there.
My cape is billowing a
Your
horde.
cape is just billowing, and the bard, he's like, Steven, I don't. He's like, that's not his voice. Shit.
I don't.
I don't.
He's like, Steven, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this, boy. You have to stop doing this. We can't keep doing this. And he's like, take a lap. Take 6 laps. God. And Steven just walks away.
Iconic.
The bard, who actually looks like this.
What a handsome lad.
Oh, I love him.
This changes everything.
I thought he was like an old man. I am obsessed. That is the hottest motherfucker I've ever seen.
So he...
We had approximately 1 hour of not being horny, and then we're back at
I
it.
was so
Tyler
fucking
made him
close.
hot. Tyler made
Oh
you did
yeah,
this.
this
This is your
my
fault. You
Yeah.
do
Oh.
it every time.
It's
Every
always,
time.
Yeah, it's
You
always
give them
my
You
fault.
give him
hot
accents.
voices, hot
Yes.
voices. It's what do you
What do you
expect from
what
us?
do you want from us?
So
God, I love him.
So he says, I'd never told you my name. Jameson Silvertongue.
Oh, you
At your
can't
service.
expect me to not want it. Okay,
Silver tongue and a golden ass.
You what can't?
Jesus Christ. So you notice that when you look past him, many of the refugees that are of age, it seems as though they bought big tankards of ale. He says, we had a little bit extra, so we decided to enjoy ourselves and celebrate our freedom. He says, I would invite all 4 of you to join us.
Diedrich's in. Wait. Diedrich takes a drink and then goes back to the party and wants to show them the rune, please. That I got from the office.
Yeah, you pull out this. So Diedrich pulls out this small black square tile. Looks like it's made of some kind of onyx almost, and there is a rune carved into it. It looks very similar to the rune that's carved into Juniper's sending stone, but slightly different, as though it's meant to go to a different location.
Ooh. It
Can
looks like my bagel stone. I mean, sorry. My fancy stone. That's very fancy. I meant to say.
Hardtack read the rune?
It's not in a language. It seems more of just an arcane script,
The symbol.
like an arcane rune.
Listen, I got into the office and I found a thing. Looks like it talks to someone. Don't know who.
Oh,
And downs his drink.
while we're talking about stuff, wait, actually, first, one moment. Juniper says all of this out loud, and then steps away for a second and does. Can Juniper do like a little check to see if anyone like followed us? Like look out the. We're like back in the building, right? Can she like look out the window?
Yeah. We see Juniper's face press up against the window, and like the fog just kind of build around. You don't see anyone. And
Sorry,
then you
one
come
moment.
back. Yeah, and then you just
Yeah.
run back to the
Yeah,
party.
that's what I sound like.
How-
Okay, and then
How did the glass smell, Juniper?
I don't understand the question. Anyways, while I was in there,
Oh my god.
while I was in there, there's a locked room. This is very important, and Juniper describes like where the room was in that hallway. When we go back next time, I think we need to figure out a way into that room. It was the only room that I couldn't sneak into as a chipmunk, and like I don't know if you know this, probably because none of you have ever been a chipmunk. I have to tell you, it's pretty fun. I don't know if, anyways,
I've never been a chipmunk, Juniper.
you should try it sometime if you ever get the opportunity. It's really interesting, you know. I'll tell you
Diedrich
about it
elbows
sometime.
Hardtack and is like, yeah, but you really wanted to be a shark, you know? It starts elbowing Hardtack.
But it was the only, like, I can get pretty small as a chipmunk. And it was the only room that I couldn't sneak into. So I think that that's our spot. That's the place. Because I assume that, I don't know exactly what part of the conversation I heard, but I'm going to assume that Hardtack relayed to us that there's a, like, we're going back for, or at least Hardtack's going back for drinks. So I don't know if I heard that. I don't know. Did you tell us this?
I think Hardtack will one. What was the bard's name? Something Silvertongue.
Jameson, my name is Jameson. I can hear you.
Jameson, thank you. So Jameson, I did want to impress upon you. I'm
Yes.
very grateful that you have heard our stories, heard our tale, heard what we've done,
Oh,
and
yes, of course.
working
yes.
with Mikhail. Keep it quiet for now. I know it might be difficult as a bard. You want to sing our songs, that's great, but
We haven't
There's-
finished this one yet.
there's-
You know, you gotta
there
wait
are-
until it's done and concluded. Then you can write a song about it, okay?
we're not necessarily
So-
safe with that information being out in the public.
He's
so
making a face. I feel like
For our
did you already
safety,
tell someone?
sometime
Silvertongue?
You were
Silver
gone for
tongue?
a long time.
You told someone!
We did. We went to get ale. They were asking what we were doing
Oh
with
my
so much
God.
ale, and I said we're having a party, and they said, "Well, that sounds like some party," and I said, "Oh,
Who's
it's going
they?
to be a lovely party." The
Who?
vendors, the booze hounds, the alcohol vendors.
Did you see
And
Kid
they-
I Tom over there?
Did you tell
I don't know
Keen-Eyed
who that
Tom?
is.
Keen-Eyed Tom
Okay,
also
well,
sell booze.
We'll have to
Nice.
introduce you to Kid I Tom.
Keen-Eyed
Yes.
Yes, maybe, perhaps later. But I did tell some people about your exploits and your adventures. They actually, some of them recognized you. They said, "Oh, that's they recognize the tale of Thunder, Badger, Archer, and Smasher."
That is
Which
quite
I
the
will
tale.
be writing I will be writing a song about.
When
I
he says
will
that,
write it.
Diedrich takes a beer, chugs it, and throws it on the ground and smashes the shit out of it.
Oh my god. What do you think these beers come in?
I don't know. Clay
You
pots?
it's a wooden tankard and just like boom, 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 and it just like bounces on the floor. It like hits into the wall.
Okay,
And
alright.
it's like, and
Can it hit
falls on the
Steven?
ground.
Can it just like bump up? Or, like,
Yeah. Steven's like, "Oh, and now he's getting drunk," and it like hits him in the back of the head.
Oh my god.
It's right, but
It's right.
It's yeah, yeah.
he's
So that
throwing
happens.
stuff right
But-
behind.
oh man.
I'm
I think
sorry.
Hardtack will convey that to Mr. Mr.
Oh,
Silvertongue here, and then also kind of turn to the group and say, so.
But the door. Everyone got me about the door, right?
We
Sorry,
heard
I
the
just
door.
wanna
We heard the
go
door.
We heard the
back.
door.
We got
We
the
heard
door.
the door.
That's our objective.
Got
Thank
the
you.
door, Jay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So-
I think I just want to convey to them that like, hey, the Polarius house is in on something. They're somehow connected to these people. Just
Yeah.
convey all that to them.
So we get to a couple of hours later, where you're all drinking and imbibing, and
Diedrich shotguns a beer.
yeah, well, you're all drinking.
Okay.
I just have the bottle.
Because-
Just
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say that Jameson has he puts an arm on, he puts a hand on Raven's shoulder, and he puts a hand on Juniper's shoulder, and he says, "We're doing this for Mikhail, you see. This is what she would have wanted. She would have wanted us to enjoy her moments as not being a statue."
I
And-
don't know that makes sense, but I'm having an okay time. Thank you.
Sharkfidence.
He says, "Tell you what, I'm going to do this for charity. For every drink that you take, I will donate a free performance to the local orphanage down the street.
Well, can you at least tell us what can you pre-perform the performance for us while we drink?
Yes, Silver Tongue! Silver Tongue! I bet you could do things with that tongue! And Diedrich is smashed.
You wish for me to free... This is one of the rewards, right? Like, I have
freestyle rap.
Yes,
You gotta do
yes,
it.
you have to do a freestyle rap.
Alright, this is gonna be embarrassing. Alright, so...
Not like anything else we've ever done on this campaign.
Yeah, fuck, yeah. So
Is it a crime to shit in the city?
Yeah. So he says, alright. He says, alright everyone, simmer down. And he says, alright, well... Let's begin, shall we? I'm a bard. I'm level 4. I'm not College of Glamour, I'm College of Law. When I walk in, everyone applauds. They look at me and they say, oh my god, how is he able to string words so well? And I may not see heaven, but I swear I've seen hell. I was taken from my home and I was brought down south. Words, they fly like birds out of my mouth. We've got Raven here. She is a ranger. When she's around, everyone's in danger. She's got a wolf. It'll tear out your throat. It's big and hairy and scary. It's not going to gloat. She can shoot you in the light. She can shoot you in the dark. She'll add 1d6. Hunter's mark. Diedrich, he's a very sneaky boy. He's got a sword made of bone. That shit's not a toy. He'll stab you in the front. He'll stab you in the back. He'll add 2d6. Fucking sneak attack. Contact's here. He can breathe underwater. Also, Diedrich wants him to be his father. He can shoot you with an eldritch blast. He'll make sure that he kicks your ass. Jennifer, she can turn into beasts. She'll invite all of her fishy friends out to the feast. She's got lost. She was raised in the woods. Now she's in Sunhome. She loves baked goods, bagels, pies, and cakes, and more. I'll fuck you like I'm a whore. And he just starts sweating. He's like, oh my god. Oh. That's all I got. That's all I got here.
That was quite a performance. You
Bravo!
said you're taking us to the local children's orphanage?
Maybe don't.
We need to
No,
maybe
no,
to make a
kid's
no.
house, please.
bit of a more child-friendly version of that, but incredible. And I like smash
my
a gop, like smash my tankard and drink to that.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That was
do agree.
amazing.
That was
So
the best
he,
thing I ever
Oh
heard.
my god.
Nice. So,
That was a nat 20 performance right there.
nice.
Holy Christ.
Oh
He
my god.
So yeah, at that, I'm trying to think of a fuck. All right, so
Diedrich puts an arm around Silver Tongue and just says, "You're gonna be famous, kid. You're gonna be famous."
at that we cut to
Oh my
to
God.
that evening. I need a spicy scene, so Hardtack, you're lying in bed, and you close your eyes, you fall asleep, and you have this dream that you're in the precinct. Look, at first it's very sad. You're looking at Mikhail, her stone body, and in your dream you lean down, and remembering all of these notes that are crossed out, you plant a kiss on the statue, and just like that, the stone turns back into flesh, and Mikhail just stumbles forward into your arms, and she looks up at you, and this music is way too upbeat for this. And she looks up at you,
That's good.
and just as you're holding her, and she looks up, there's a tear in her eye, and she slowly raises a hand and puts it up against your face, and she says, "I thought you never would." And then her grip on your face, her hand moves to the back of your head as she pulls you in for a kiss. And there.
happens.
Is that spicy enough for
It's
you?
spicy,
You get
yeah.
your money's worth?
That happens.
You happy?
That happens.
That happens.
That happens. Yes.
God damn. All right.
Amazing.
So. Oh my god.
It's officially a flirty campaign, everyone.
I'm so
Not
So-
just an
I know.
episode.
I stopped learning it all before this.
flirty
from here-
campaign.
From
I just
here,
mean now it's been
yeah.
several episodes.
That was
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been
Nice.
in the making.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
But
So
too bad it
from
was a
here-
dream. She's still stoned.
we. Oh my god. So we zoom out. We zoom out from Hardtack and everyone else drinking and having a great time, and enjoying something, finding joy in a terrible scenario. We zoom out from here. We zoom back into House Polarius, through the open doors, up the corridor, through the locked door, into a lavish and well-decorated room. Ludwig Polarius is frantically tearing his desk apart, searching for something. He rips the false bottom out of his drawer. He doesn't find anything. The embers in the fireplace, they're snuffed out. As the room is plunged into complete darkness, we hear a voice in the pitch black. You lost your communication stone. Ludwig, he says into the dark, our timetable is moved up. Apparently this official wasn't working alone. She had 4 gremlin chasers working with her. We hear, who? And though we can't see it in the pitch, Ludwig is beginning to sweat. 2 tieflings, a young one with a little sword and an old one with... looked old. I think... Then there was a human female. She had a bow and a wolf at her side. He feels a hand on his shoulder. Don't you worry about a thing, Mr. Polarius. I'm going to take care of this one personally. And that's where we'll end.
Is that a
For
southern
tonight.
Excuse
accent?
me, do we
Is
have
that a
a
I know who
southern
that
accent?
is. I know
I'm
who
sorry,
that
is
is.
that a cowboy? Are you bringing us a
Uh-oh.
cowboy?
I am not okay.
Hello? Does he have a horse?
And it's this kind of stuff. And then Tyler
And
says,
then you're like,
"Why is
why?
everyone
Yeah,
so
exactly.
flirty?"
And if- yeah, exactly.
you know exactly what you're doing.
You can't do that.